We're just about there. Hello, everybody. You guys are dedicated with your catch-up. I appreciate it. It's appreciated. Let's get this show on the road.
Well, hello.
John Jagger, the first.
The first and the only, sir.
So
Good to meet you.
That's true. I don't know any other John Jaggers.
No, I don't know any either. But if you put me in that that Dolly mini thing,
yeah,
you just get pictures of Mick Jagger. That's what happens.
Aw.
Because that's all.
I mean, cool, but
it's all the computer knows. It's like Jagger. Wait a minute.
And I also have to say, if you see Mick Jagger in that thing, it is cursed. He is falling apart the way it draws him. It's not good.
Kind of falling apart anyway, isn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's like, it's a copy of a copy.
Gotcha.
Falling apart, man. Now we're doing a rough version of it, and it's bad.
It's bad, yeah. I feel ya. Let's see here. Start to get everybody into video. We'll now add you two. Thanks for the help last week. My mom is too old to move things, and I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? Well, I thought I'd... Nope. Don't do that. I'm coming out there.
That's totally going to be me when I'm 80-something. I could do it myself. I got ladders to the
I don't need your help. Yeah.
Nah, I'm fine. You don't need to tell me what to do. I do it myself.
I feel like I'll do something similar is what'll happen to me, because I'm a little stubborn that way. Why? Okay. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, now everybody's in. I hate when you set something and then you just can't forget it, You gotta just wait.
Yeah, so the opposite of set it and forget it. Yeah. Set it and give it a lot of attention.
Set it and pretend like you never said it. That's how it is. So how was Turtles last night? Fun, I assume?
Oh, was super fun. Yeah. We beat the game.
Yeah, the entire, what is it, the campaign thing? Or I know it's an arcade mode. Is that the same, or what's the difference?
Yeah, I think the arcade mode's just designed to be a little more difficult. Like, it's kind of your increased challenge rating. We just played through the story and got to the end, and yeah, we were the Ninja Turtles. We did it. How
many times did you fight the, what are they called? The two chuckleheads.
Bebop and Rocksteady?
How many fights are there with them?
I think you could make a case for 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah, you fight Bebop, then you fight Rocksteady, then you fight them in a car, and then you fight them together at the same time.
Okay. That seems like that's as much Bebop and Rocksteady as I want in my Ninja Turtles side-scrolling fighting game. So and good.
I'm so happy that Bo got to hear, because he played as Raphael, who was the turtle that I was playing as. That made me say on the show, like, I think they got the original voice actors, and, they do not sound teenage even remotely now. They didn't at the time.
Right.
But, like, it's funny because with Raph, if you try to use his special move and you don't have the energy for it, the line he reads is, I'm one tired turtle. But the fact that he also sounds, much older now.
Yeah.
Everybody gets old. That's not a judgment on him. And I think it's sweet that they, tried to get the original voice actors, give them something to do, be the characters they were.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he's supposed to be this teenage turtle, and he just sounds tired. Like, he just sounds real tired. There's a little too much truth to the statement of, I'm one tired turtle.
Hello?
Rob
That's how I felt about Bill Murray in the Ghostbusters game they did.
Yes, that was another
one. Impersonation of young Bill Murray, and it was really eerie.
Yeah.
It was basically just like, I don't want to be here.
So this guy, the guy you're talking about, play Raphael, is Rob Paulson. He was born in 1956. That would make him 60 something.
Wait,
so
Rob Paulson? I think he did Wacko and Animaniacs, the oldest brother.
He did. He was Yakko.
Yeah.
He's got a great voice. He did a lot in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, he has a phenomenal voice. I forgot that he was the voice of Raphael, and
I had no idea even that. That's great.
He's Pinky and 3PINKY-O in Pinky and the Brain. Let's see, what else would we know him from? Return to Monkey Island. He was the Melee Island Lookout.
Okay.
So some video game stuff. Let's see.
Melee
DuckTales.
spec.
The new DuckTales. He's in that.
Who was he in the new DuckTales?
Gibbous /host /guard. So three characters. They all sound
Hi,
small
Bo.
though. Hi, Bo.
Hello?
Hello, does this work?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
are functional.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is functional.
It is indeed.
Man, I loved that new DuckTales. That was such a good.
I meant to watch it.
It was
again.
very
series.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
I meant to see it and I didn't see it. I will still.
What is
I
this?
think it's all on Disney Plus now. You can see it whenever you want.
Yeah, that's true.
What is this gift you posted today, Scott?
Which one?
The dragons? The people turning into dragons?
Oh, it's we watched for Film Sack. We watched the movie Seventh Son, which is I'd even heard of it. It came out in 2015, and I was like, "What is even this?" And Dunaway's like, "We got to do this." We were supposed to do Warcraft, but it got pulled, so we had to fall back on a fantasy movie. So we picked this one. It's got this amazing cast: Jeff Bridges. I can't think of her name all of a sudden.
Yeah, what's her face there? I see her.
Yeah, you probably see her. She turns into a dragon there in the GIF. Julianne Moore. That's
Julie
who that is.
Moore, yeah.
Julianne Moore, and then other people that are all. Alicia Vikander. She won an Oscar. Like these are all Oscar-winning actors and actresses.
Oh, yeah, Kit Harington.
Kit Harington, who's in there all of 10 minutes, which is really weird. The main kid is this dude from Westworld that I remembered as being very British, and he is, but in this he plays like American accents. Really weird that they chose to do that. Anyway, it's based on these books that are supposed to be really good. Young adult fiction stuff coming out of Britain. I'd never heard of any of it. So Dunaway's like, we got to watch this. And we did. And it is one of the most mediocre things we've ever seen.
Mediocre.
With amazing special effects. The special
Mediocre.
effects were killer. It's amazing stuff. And there's this over-the-top Jeff Bridges thing where he's like crazy Gandalf kind of, that at first is so jarring that you're like, I almost need to turn this off. I hate it so bad. But then later, it weirdly grew on me. By the end, he was the only thing I kind of liked about the movie.
That's
So-
wild. I cannot imagine Jeff Bridges in a fantasy setting.
It's
Well,
really
did-
weird. Really weird.
Did you see his Santa Claus movie?
No. He was in. Wait. Which one?
No,
What's this?
wasn't that Kurt Russell?
Oh, it was Kurt Russell. I always confuse those two.
Because Kurt Russell's married to Goldie Hawn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was
I always
Kurt
confuse
Russell.
Kurt Russell and Jeff Bridges, and I always confuse Leonidas and Wolverine.
Oh.
Hugh Jackman and Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler. Yeah. That's a good mix-up, though. I like that.
Yeah.
But you guys got it. Like here, just for laughs or fun, hear this one line from the movie. This is Bridges talking, and you'll just be like, "What accent is this?" All right, here it is. Let's see.
How long has she been like this?
There you go. There's one. How about this one?
Mysterium tremendum et fascinans.
Yeah, doing some
Mysterium Tremendum.
doing some real nonsense.
Add fashion on.
Somebody turn up the Mysterium to Tremendum.
That is wonderful.
There's this bit here.
You do not die easy, do you, Mr. Ward?
It's just
He turned into Bane.
it's really weird.
There are 3 different characters going. We got a Sean Connery. We've got the narrator from Darkest Dungeon, and then the Bane.
I will be your reckoning.
Yep. He's just,
Okay,
It's jacked up. You got to see it just to believe it.
on a scale from D&D movie to The Witch, the season of The Witch,
Yeah.
where would this land?
Yeah. Ooh. If I turn that into a scale of, all right, I'll put it this way: better than Dragonheart.
Okay.
A lot worse than Lord of the Rings towers over all of this. So we're looking at just like fantasy tropey movies, right? Better than Aragon, the dragon
Okay.
movie with Jeffrey, whoever that was, not Jeffrey Rush.
John Malkovich.
No, the other guy.
Wait, wasn't John Malkovich in it? As the
I
evil dude?
am a dragon.
Might have been. Was he? I don't
I
remember.
think he was the dad / Emperor / Darth Vader type.
Oh, he may have been, and that's probably why I compare it to that because it feels so weirdly cast, like amazing actors in a piece of garbage movie. It's the same kind of vibe. But I would put this below The Hobbit, and I really dislike The Hobbit, so that tells you where I'm at.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll skip.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big, loud kind of moment. There are moments where you're like, oh, and then the rest of it's like, oh, this is bad. And there's a reason none of us heard of it
Like
in
any
2014.
solid fantasy movie.
Yeah.
Solidly mediocre.
They're hard to do. I think there's like a difficulty factor that exists in fantasy adaptation that's easier with science fiction or something, because no one seems to get it right. Very rarely do they get it right. And even when they get it right, it's got issues. You know, you figure, you take the guy who does Lord of the Rings, you take Peter Jackson, and you go, dude, what about The Hobbit? Oh, yeah, The Hobbit's my favorite, or whatever he says in his accent. and then and then he makes it, and it's just so mediocre. And it's like, well, what happened there? I don't know. Like, it's just hard. I think it's a hard genre. I think it fits better in television, unless you try to wrap it all up in 6 episodes the way Game of Thrones did, and then you F it up again. So it's like you need the long con to tell a proper fantasy story and have people get into it. And
We
like
know
the
they can't
characters.
get it right because of video games, because there's lots of great video game ones. That's why. If
Right.
we didn't have video games and just movies, we'd have given up a long time ago.
Yeah, and the length of and tabletop to some degree, but the length of a video game or a tabletop campaign or something lends itself to the long storytelling arc and really, finding the characters you like and all of that. Whereas a 2-hour movie, I just don't think it works very well. And so in some ways, Lord of the Rings is like an aberration. I don't know how they pulled it off.
Well, it was a 9-hour movie, so.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
If you
3
take all
parts,
3, but-
extended editions not included.
Yeah. But I mean, even like Fellowship of the Ring was an amazing film. And you knew there would be more,
Yeah.
but you were like, sweet, they've got it. They started it right. And then they just kept going, and it was great. I don't know why he couldn't pull it out with The Hobbit. I don't know what happened there.
I know for me, a lot of it can be line delivery. Because Lord of the Rings hired some very proficient actors who delivered these lines very, very well.
Yeah.
But in a lot of fantasy movies, you're dealing with, okay actors because you got a budget to deal with, and they're not doing well with those lines at all.
Yeah. Or they're just the wrong match for it, right? Like Ian
Yeah.
McKellen's like a perfect Gandalf. Jeff Bridges, like any second of the minute of the movie, I expected him to stop and go, well, the rug just kind of pulls the room together, man. Like I just expected him to go full dude.
Well, it's just like your magic, man.
Or someone else to go, give us the money, Lebowski. Where's the money? Like it's just, there's something about it that just didn't fit. But weirdly, through the 2 hours, by the end, he was the one character that I liked the most. Maybe it's because everything else by comparison was so bad. But also, I don't know. I felt like he just threw himself into it, and I kind of liked him at the end. But that was about it. That's the only recommendation I could make. You'll first be annoyed by what he's
Stockholm
doing,
Syndrome.
and then you'll like it. Yeah, it is kind of Stockholm Syndrome a little bit. I got
I
sucked
think
in.
that's why most shows are rated good, and you're like, why? It's like, oh, because you watched it a lot.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
There you go.
I agree with that.
You nailed
oh
it.
my gosh.
You
I do
nailed
like
it.
Season of the Witch, though. Season of the Witch is a guilty
Season of
pleasure.
the Witch is a good time. I
That's
like that.
Nicolas
there with,
Cage, though. That man is magic.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
movies
I
aren't magic,
watched-
but he is magic.
I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent
How
the
was
other day.
that?
It's so good.
Okay.
It's so fun. Like it's odd because it's like what we talked about the other day, where once the movie kind of kicks off, but they know to save it till the very end. It's like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, or a lot of these things where like the premise and the buildup is so perfect, you
Yeah.
kind of never want it to end, and then when the movie just sort of has to happen and conclude, it's like, okay, that was fine.
Yeah.
But the build up to it, him and Pedro Pascal are so friggin' just ridiculously adorable together. It's hilarious. And even though like some of the scenes were, in the trailer and some of them were ruined, like still just watching them go through it, it is hilarious. Them on LSD is the funniest thing
Oh
I've
man.
seen.
All right.
And everything that comes out of that is just so good. It's a fantastic movie.
I've only heard praise for it, so I'm excited to finally see it.
Yeah.
Reviewed really well too. Okay, I found one. We'll get started right after this. I found one line one line in The Seventh Son that actually made me laugh that involved Jeff Bridges. So here it is.
You must never have more than one sip of this a day,
Why not?
because it is mine.
So I just like that he's like,
Classic.
you thought it was going to be like, oh, it's got
That's
some
probably
magic.
ad-libbed.
It's
That
like
is so whiz-biz. I love that. That's some good
it's full of
wizard
that stuff.
nonsense.
It's pretty. It's got moments like that where you're like, okay, this is passable, but overall, just on like a story arc, whew, it's rough.
That reminds me of that fabulous, I think it's GoldenEye line when he goes, "Don't touch that. That's my lunch."
Oh yeah, when Q does that, has a great line in that.
Here's Rustin squeezing his sandwich. I think of that movie often. How'd you break the leg? Hunting. He shoots a rocket launcher out of his foot.
I miss that guy. Wasn't that his last one before he died? I think it was. I think that was,
Was
I
it?
think that was Q's last.
No,
trip.
they did a passing of the torch in, I think, either the next one or the one after that, where John Cleese comes in, and
That's right.
they actually do replace him, and there is a goodbye.
So there's a
to
hanging out
him.
with him thing. I know it was
Yeah.
after whatever last Bond movie he did. He died like right after the thing was done. That
Yeah,
must have
like
been
I
it.
think his final line in the series is he says, like something along the lines of, "I've always tried to teach you, 007, always have an escape plan," and then he like disappears through a little trap door,
Oh
leaving
right,
John Cleese behind to show him what all his gadgets are.
that's right. Lewin, somebody Lewin. That guy was great. Good actor. He was there the whole time. All right, let's do a show. Bo, are you ready? Do you have all you need from us?
Oh, I'm ready. I hope I have all I need. Oh, dice. Yep, now I have all I need.
Okay. Yeah, dice are important. You gotta have that.
DM screen. Yep.
I'm
right here.
sure there'll be no rolls in this.
Nah,
No, zero
no.
rolls.
We'll just
Oh.
talk our way out of it, and everything will be fine.
Critical no roll. All right. Here we go.
Burn.
I don't know. I don't know who's supposed to take that and what way they're supposed to take it. I have no idea. All right. Here goes then. We're starting. And let's see. I need to save that. Okay, here we go. All right, we're good. In 3, 2, 1. Whoops, I'm on the film sack tab now. Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons, TWBD. Back at it after a little bit of a 1 week off hiatus. We're glad to be here. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to play some D&D with our intrepid DM and master, Bo Schwartz, along with me, Scott Johnson, John Jagger, Kristen Ashton, and of course, Kyle Ferguson. We're going to kick it off fast and wicked right now as I pass the torch over to Kristen, who will catch us up on what happened last time on There Will Be Dungeons.
Last time on There'll Be Dungeons, nearly none of the Nashes managed to make it past the mighty meteors, but the cannons were crashed. It was time for the team to take to the sky. Forward they flew until they found themselves surrounded by a swarm of paladins and one daring dragon. Nash dove into dragon form, and Varel, eager to vie with the valued enemy, as Stanley Hope and the crew of the Fate Six purged the paladins. Once more the winners, a gargantuan Grosjean erupted and felled their flying fleet, sending them soaring to the ground. After a light landing, it was Hope who caught the cruel creature's eye as he readied for a rapturous riposte. Now rejoin our heroes and their forces as the battle rages for the fate of the wide and weird world of the Wastes.
All right, Bo, it's over to you.
All right, we begin by taking a zoom out. Well, we're already zoomed out. Picture the Solar Mine Valley from above, a circle of mountains with a valley of sand in the center. Within, at this very moment, on this very day, war everywhere throughout the valley. There are ships, Elhendari spaceships flying across the mountain landscape, dropping grenades down upon the hordes of Toyota host, scrambling to fight Goblin, Elhendari troops, and lizard folk, as well as Liberator vehicles and Tiefling fighters, all on the ground below. In the center of this valley, a large pool of lava begins to emerge slowly and largely, getting dangerously close to the glass dome to the south, a type of suburbia within. But the most eye-catching thing in this aerial view of the valley is a giant mountain-sized lizard folk man yelling and swatting at the ships around him in the center. Last week, our heroes, their ship met an untimely end at the hand of this beast, crumbled like paper, and the party fell to the ground below, surrounding it. Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines, Valir Noth, a.k.a. Stanley Buildings, a.k.a. Solele Prime,
Buildings.
Queen Hopak Menos, and Vorel Rasvim Kurik find themselves atop various rock faces in the river of lava around them, their allies all around scrambling for some kind of cover or purchase. The mountain of the lizard folk standing at the center as he yells. I need a faster way to do this. That's not what he yells, though.
I need a faster way to do this.
All right, as he yells,
Fear me, little mortals, for I am Grosjean, the God Killer, Slayer of the Flesh God, Destroyer of Monte Cristo, Counter of many limbs, the winner of poker and backgammon, last of the great Razakval lizard folk, the disassembler of IKEA, lord of blood cradle, and drinker of hamburger sandwich blends.
and thus, and thus Grosjean yells, because I can still hear it. That's why. And thus Grosjean yells to the crowd around. Now, he was taunted last week by Hope, and he's turned to face Hope, and will strike at her first. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Right into it here.
Yep, and we will move the map to the battle map.
Ah, crap.
Now, as you roll for initiative, we see here. Oh, hang on. Let me get my stats for Grosjean.
Cool stats, bro.
Stats for Grosjean is my favorite indie film.
Tuesdays at Grosjean is pretty good follow-up, though. I like that. I rolled all of a 4. Big shock.
Okay. Nash has a 4. All right.
17.
24.
23 for Stanley.
Okay. Stanley 23.
20 for Hope.
Jeez.
20 for Hope. And for Mr. Varel,
17.
17 for Varel. All right. We've got a few other things to do. All right. So as he yells out and approaches you, everyone gets a good look at what this Grosjean lizard folk looks like. He is a mountain-sized lizard folk. His scales are a dark brown green. They look somewhat aged, perhaps even worn or rotted in character. The scales are quite large and quite visible. They look like big pieces of sheet metal sort of flapping against his skin. Upon his back, he bears, like a backpack, the building you were heading to at the center of the solar mines. This building is just seemingly sunk into his back, almost like embedded and not sort of strapped on with belts or anything like that, just embedded into his back. From the building on his back, 2 large oil pipelines run along his arms, and on one arm has a bracer with 2 large cannons pointing out of it where his fist is, and on the other hand, a large blade, like a blade with jagged saw edges, reach to one hand. So he's only one-handed. He's got this large chain blade, but it looks like a giant industrial cutter the size of, a highway upon one hand. Atop his head, he wears somewhat of a partial helmet. It doesn't fully cover his head. It's sort of a band, and it covers over one of his eyes where a laser cannon shoots out. Upon his shoulders is this large rectangular thing near where the building is, with many holes in it. Has the just vague appearance of some sort of rocket launching device towards the back. But these oil pipelines run along his arms to both of his machines, and Hope, a shadow appears all around you, a large shadow, as he brings up the blade, and he goes, "Run!" And he's yelling throughout the valley. He brings the blade down upon you. Okay, an 18 doesn't hit, does it?
No.
So the blade comes down, and you sidestep as the blade hits the ground. But it's not just ground, it's lava, and lava splashes up everywhere and around you in a panic state. As you still try to get your bearings, you see there are giants and goblins around. I need everyone in that vicinity to make a saving throw, please. A dexterity saving throw. So it's gonna... Stanley, where are you? You're not in the vicinity, are you?
I don't think so, because I don't see Hope near me. I don't know where she is, though. Oh, yeah, she's over
She's
there.
on the east side.
I'm on the west side.
West side?
We're enemies based on where we landed in lava.
Yeah. And rabbits.
Yeah.
Rivals now.
Yeah.
East side.
West side lava, best side lava.
East side, beast side.
I don't know where Nash is. Where I'm in flight form though, so
You're on the west side.
Okay.
Far west.
Oh, there I am. Okay.
Okay, so as the blade comes down, it hits the lava, splashes, and there's some goblins and tieflings in your area, and they melt as the lava, as pieces of rock just splash onto them. You hear them go, "Ah!" as they scream. Some of them get trapped, of course, under the giant chain blade as it comes down. There's also a giant in your vicinity, and he takes some damages as it splashes upon him, but he continues to be active. But the goblins and tieflings in your vicinity, as well as one Aarakocra birdman, die either to the being crushed under the weight of the blade or the lava that comes out. And the chain blade's kind of going, so the lava spits everywhere. You're able to dodge aside. I'm just going to move your character out of the way of where it would be as you run out of the way of the thing coming down. Grosjean looks towards you and goes, "Urgh." Still the focus of his attention. Stanley, you're up.
Oh boy. Well, let's test the waters here. First thing I'm gonna do is I am going to hex him. Which just happens. There's no saving throw to it. Apply a hex.
Okay.
And
you described the hex somewhat for me?
yeah, so the description, you place a curse on a creature that you see within range. Until the spell ends, you deal extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Also choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen ability. So, abilities are like... That's like your acrobatics. I think that's the abilities, right? Yeah. I'll say disadvantage on strength. Athletics. We'll do athletics.
Disadvantage on strength?
Or athletics, I think. I don't think I can say all strength. I think I have to pick a specific.
I'll choose one ability to cast. The target has disadvantage on ability check. No, ability scores are abilities, so it's the strength, intelligence. Those are abilities, yeah.
Well, then we'll do strength. We'll hit him with the strength.
Right. Yeah, because I think these are skills. Those things you're referring to: animal handling, arcana, athletics.
Oh, that's right. Those are skills. Yes.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Okay, perfect. So you cast the spell, and you feel it succeed, but the sheer will of this being before you invalidates its activity.
What? Oh.
And as you cast it, you feel the magic almost like it's rejects you. You feel a little pulse in the mana weave radiation hit back at you, and you know that this didn't work.
All right. Well, I guess I will shoot it with Eldritch Blast, and we'll see if that does anything at all.
Okay. Perfect.
So 3 blasts at him.
Let her-
25 to hit.
25 to hit. That's a hit.
All right, that's 8 force damage for the first beam.
Okay.
Another 25 to hit, which will hit. 10 force damage for the second beam.
So sorry, we're at 5 and 10.
Yeah, so and then 30 to hit, which will hit for 9.
Okay, so a total of 20, 13, 19, 24. 24. Okay, let me mark that down. 24 points of damage as you fire the Eldritch Blasts out and try to hit him. It hits scale, and it like dents up the scale a whole bunch.
All
It
right.
seems to have like no exciting effect, but you start working on ripping through the scales.
Okay, that will be my turn.
All right, Hope, you are up.
Okay, how flimsy or sturdy do those oil pipes look on his arms?
They look sturdy, like they're able to move around, but it's not like a hose or anything. They're like metal and modular, and they sort of move around and clunk around as he moves.
Okay, cool. So not one of those
They're
cut
like
it.
full oil pipelines. Yeah.
Gotcha. For the machinery on him, does it look like there would be a way to kind of crawl in there and start wreaking havoc?
At a quick glance, the machine, one of the machines on his back is a building. It still has doors and windows on it. So that looks like you could enter into it. Along his arms, it's definitely big. There are nooks and crevasses, maybe where the scale hits the gauntlet where you could squeeze in, but also it looks very dangerous considering the weight of that equipment.
Yeah, one wrong move and it's squish time. Okay, in that case, Hope is going to try to get a look under his feet to see if there's a hole going down.
Okay, so you want it more than just a quick glance. You want to use an action to learn something about this?
Yeah, so my thought
No.
here is...
I don't think I'd make you do a roll for this because it's quite evident that whatever the building was your focus, the plan was to hit the building in the center and move in while the war occurred on the top. He's now wearing the building on his back, and at his feet is a river of lava. He's standing in it, no problem.
Okay, gotcha. So it's
whatever
you
your
don't have
plan
to get the triangular sphere underground. It's in the building.
Well, the building looks like it's not really being used as a building at the moment. So maybe, you don't know. It's on his back at the moment, serving as some sort of power station for his equipment as the pipelines go from the building on his back to the weapons on his arms.
Okay. Using...
I guess to quickly say it, you might need to find another way in.
Acrobatics, could she start climbing his sword? And her next few turns are going to be trying to get to the building on his back.
Okay, well, so the sword does have a chain blade that's spitting up lava, so you're going to have to dodge lava as you run towards the sword. The lava just killed 4 or 5 people pretty quickly in your area, so that's a consideration as you assess this in your mind. The blade also is a chain blade, so you'd have to somehow be able to latch to the side, and the side is a smooth metal surface.
Oh, gotcha.
So you don't see much in the way of handholds on the surface of it.
No.
However,
Okay.
his scales upon his arm and skin definitely look like they have handholds where you could climb up his body.
Perfect. So that's what she'll focus on. And just try and get a handhold and start climbing toward the building.
Okay, so you're gonna make your way towards
His
Grosjean?
back. Yeah.
All right. So in order to do so, there's a river of lava between you and the next landmass. It's about 10 feet. Are you able to jump that? You have to make an athletics check unless you could just by default do it. I think standing jump. There's a calculation for standing jump. Let me get some information here. Of course, it's always the spell and not the handbook rules, but I think it's under movement in the handbook. Player's handbook here. All right. No, movement and position. There we go. Just Control F here. Jump. Now let's get the jump. Special types of movement. Jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump. When you make a long jump, you can cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only do half the distance. So your strength is
12.
What? Really? Is that low?
Mm-hmm.
You're a dex fighter, right? So
Yeah.
Okay, so you can make a standing jump of 6, or if you get 10 feet of running room, which you could get here on the island, you can jump 12 feet, which give you clear to the next island where another Cyclops is standing currently.
Yeah, let's do the 10 feet long jump.
Okay, perfect. So calculating, how much movement do you have? You
30.
have 30, right? So if I just look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could end up with your character like right about there and just using your movement.
Cool. And then she can use her dash and she'll go a little further to the next island.
Okay, so the next jump as well is about 5 feet of jump, so that's easy enough for you to just do. So move yourself another 6 spaces if you want to cash in on your dash action. All right, so
And there are people in the way, so she'll have to stop there for now.
Yeah, so there's a goblin in front of you standing just behind Varel, who's enlarged, and Varel is standing at the foot of Grosjean, staring up at him. And that does bring us to Varel's turn. Varel, as Hope approaches by your side, along with that little goblin, you stand before him as he swats her. What do you do?
Are his feet in the lava, or are they up and bare?
He is standing in the lava, but there are rock formations underneath him. I know it's hard to see because he's there, but if I move the token, you can see there's like rocks.
Yeah, more so, is a toe exposed? Because as a large man, the most pain you can inflict is toenail-based attacks.
Part of his feet claws are on land.
Okay. Hope has made her way over here. Hope, have you let me know your intent to climb?
Yeah, she'd be like, she'd need you to move, so she'd definitely be like, Varel, move it!
Because I could toss you.
Oh.
You know, I could ready
Absolutely.
a toss.
Some Wolverine action.
Am I still embiggened after our slow fall?
Yeah, I think it only lasts a minute, but I think you were embiggened pretty shortly after. Or
Cool. I had marked at 6 rounds of combat, so if falling was 2 or 3, then all's well and good there.
Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what we said about that last time we played, so let's just keep it at 6 rounds. Well, there was a bit of dialogue and a bit of... yeah, we're on a fresh encounter. I think it's done.
Okay, so no longer
I think
big.
it's done. Yeah, let's unembiggen everyone, including you, Nash. You're big too for some reason.
Well, no, I'm a dragon.
He's a dragon, I think.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you're still dragon form?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
2 8 hit points. Oh, I meant to move that over, that token. Sorry, I'll move it over.
Yeah, I'm at the last dregs of my life, but I'm still dragon. Dregs of dragon life. I have my human life left.
So I will note Hope's intent. Currently outside of a rage as I am, and as the mechanic with a bunch of pipes in Grosjean here, she would be the best one to climb inside. So I will enter my rage, grumbling that his titles suck, and do a held action of a foot toss for Hope to launch her upward.
Okay, perfect. So Varel's gonna ready a toss action. So in terms of throwing, good thing I got these rules up here for the throwing. I just would like to get a sense of maybe how far you can throw. And it's not covered, so I can't find it. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll figure that out when we get to
Cool.
it.
I'll start looking up during the time.
Yeah, if you have some sense. If not, well, I'm sure we'll find something pretty awesome. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, as you get yourself ready for this and turn away, slightly to position your body for her to be able to jump. Your eye, Vorel, in your chest begins glowing with rage, separate from your own cognition. There's a sense of anger and hatred towards what it's seeing before it, and even though you turn your body, its eye remains fixated on Grosjean. And there is a strong sense of hatred and intent that is unusual with your eye. All right, that brings us to Yunyan. So Yunyon's going to move in a position as to try and find. Okay, so she jumps up to this rock and looks at you and says, "Silele Prime." And she just reaches her hand out because the gap between where you are and she can't cross, I don't think. No, it's like 20 feet of lava. And she looks at you like helpless, like wanting to be there at your side. That's all she does. Nash, you're up.
Okay, I got a couple of questions. I know I've like sliver of life left.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read that. Can you tell me how many hit points that is?
You have two.
Hit points.
Five hit points.
All right,
in dragon form, you still have retain your Nash hit points.
All right. So a couple of quick things. There's no enemies within my immediate vicinity for any of my bonus tail swipes between turns, right? I don't see any.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. What I would like to do. Well, that depended on someone being big still. So this changes a little bit. All right. I'm still not. I haven't won any of my rolls yet to get my freaking what's it called back? My acid breath. So I can't use that. So what I think I'm going to do. Do I have access to that token? I can move him, right? Oh yeah, I can move him.
Do you have access to your token? Yes.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
you do.
I'm going to fly within. I don't know.
So one thing to keep in mind, Nash, you may want to know this.
Yeah.
You no longer suffer exhaustion from changing as of level 13.
Oh.
And as of level 15, you get a second charge of dragon, which you just, because you underwent the surgery, you hit level 15. And
Oh. I made.
so if you wanted to give yourself a full health bar, you could unnash or undragon and redragon. You could redragon. That's what I'm saying.
It'd be a turn though, right? An action. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do any direct attacking, and while I'm in this form, we agreed that I can cast some of my sorcerer spells in this form. It's a special
That's right.
Nash thing.
You have
right?
access to all of your sorcerer spells.
Okay. In that case, I would like to try something that'll probably not work.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. Well, first, maybe I could roll to see if my idea is worth trying, and that is I think I want to mold some of that island earth and move it to try to dump some on his feet, maybe I don't know, cause him to be kind of stuck there.
You want to mold some earth on him.
Yeah, so like the stuff on the island around him, take a chunk of that and just dump it on his feet.
I see.
So I don't know if it'll do anything. I'm just trying to think.
You want to take mold earth, and so basically it's an action.
Yes.
What you get, it's dirt or stone that you can see within it's a 5-foot cube worth.
Right.
So you want to try and put it.
Is it?
So
I guess what I'm saying is
his square footage, just to give a sense. He's 10, 20. He's 40 feet by 40 feet in sort of diameter. He's like a mountain, so it would be like trying to stop a mountain by putting a boulder just on like a little corner of the mountain.
Okay, no, that helps. That helps give me some perspective.
Yeah, no, he's gigantic. Like you have to crane your neck so far back. It's like looking at a skyscraper, basically.
All right. Well, then what I will do then is...
He's about 70, 80 feet.
Okay. I will refresh Dragon. I'm going to pop and reload.
All right, pop and reload.
Yeah, I'll hover there. I won't fall because I have under.
So you flicker out of dragon mode. You can still move on your turn, by the way.
I did. I moved up. To
Yeah,
that
you get 80
position.
feet of flying, so you're going to take to the air.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go up some.
So you fly first, then quickly pop out of Nash, and then repop as you're falling into a new Nash.
Yes,
basically.
correct.
I think that works. Let me just make sure it doesn't take action to lose it, but I think it just drops out automatically.
Yeah.
It's a bonus action, actually. So
Oh.
bonus action, pop out, action, pop in, and then... So everyone sees Dragon Nash fly towards Grosjean, then turn into Nash and fall, and then reform back into a dragon on his way back down.
Okay. Awesome.
That's what happens.
All right. All right. Good enough. That'll be my turn. I had a plan for Rel that he's tiny now, so it won't work.
All right. As you take off in dragon form, you hear the other Nashes were actually nearby, and one of the white Nash goes, "Wait a second!" as he reaches his head. "We got to talk about this." And so white Nash confused. He's not quite sure what to do, so he tries to mold earth on the toes of Grosjean and puts a pile of earth on the toe, as well as unfortunate Nash, seeing what white Nash is doing, tries to help him and puts some more mold earth upon one of the feet as well. So one of his toes is buried in dirt.
Did they just intuit this? Did they just see me do it and think, oh, well, or did they know? How did they know to do that?
I think, well, they know because they're like you, and you already told me what you were contemplating doing, so I have the advantage.
All right. Fair enough.
So it's basically you, but not you, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It could have maybe made a difference. We had 100 Nashes still, but they're also stupid.
Yeah.
Getting themselves killed.
All right, so for the rest of the people around, the giant folk waste no time. This Cyclops here just jumps over to the landmass right next to it and begins pounding on Calf, and just hits scale and doesn't make the attacks. Hargomun nearby too. He actually goes, "Finger say fight!" And he begins splashing through the without a care in the world, splashing through the lava, makes a hit upon Grosjean's upon his scale and dents the scale, bang, and does a modest amount of damage, 10, upon the scale as he punches it in. But he himself, because he's walking through the lava, takes lava damage. Then the rest of the people around are unsure of what to do. They begin very slowly trying to be brave, if they can't even move anywhere, to find their way around and get somewhere, but can't. We now return to Grosjean, who stands, who brings his sword up, and lava drips from the chain blade, splashing everywhere. And he speaks yet again. He says,
No, wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong. Damn it.
You have no chance. But may your minds rest easy, for you will die at my hands, and there is no greater honor in the universe. Rejoice as I slay you all.
Yeah. I love it.
and then he from his pack, you can see as little things load up, and all these rockets begin flying out from his backpack and swirl up in the air, do these little swirls, and start going and hit everywhere. Nash, one flies right by you.
Great.
16? No, that's
Uh,
not a hit for you. You have an AC of 19.
As a dragon,
And
yes.
a second one flies by you at 21. That one's going to hit you in dragon form
Definitely a
for
hit.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my dice are going everywhere.
I want to be there the day you move to another apartment or something.
There's gonna be so many dice, dude.
You know,
Okay,
there's like everywhere, all over the place. Yeah.
You take 38 points of slashing damage
Oh my gosh.
as a rocket hits you right in the side of the head. You just get pelted with a rocket. Varel, and Hope, rocket lands in your direction. One's a miss as it hits lava and just bloop duds into the lava. And the second one, they both dud into the lava and they sort of blow up and there's little bubbles go boom, boom, as they hit down, but do not do any damage to you. However, one hits the pile of tieflings behind you, and that one is going to be a hit. And I'm just going to roll damage dice on these guys. Right, and the tiefling and the lizard folk here just behind you get hit with rockets, and lizard body parts and tiefling body parts fly all over the place. Another one, Stanley, gets fired in your vicinity, and you're just surrounded mostly by goblins, and there's a liberator woman from Slave Town also there. That is going to be a 26.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. So let me just make sure. Gosh, dang it. All right, 31
Each time
points
you
of
drop a
slashing.
dice, you can't use it for damage.
Yeah, no, I just don't feel like I'll have a job to do at break. I think there's 5 of them down there now. You take 31 points of slashing damage, and the goblins in your vicinity get exploded with the rockets that hit the ground.
Oh, you know what? That roll against me should have been with disadvantage.
Okay. It was a vicinity hit. I'm rolling it as an attack roll, but it's a vicinity hit. So I will roll a second one in your case, and it is a 18. Sorry.
That's a miss.
Okay, so you don't take any damage. As the rockets blow around you, you sort of bring up your cowl, and everything explodes around you, and you just manage not to get hit. Stanley, you're up.
Oh boy. So has Hope started climbing yet? Do I see that seems to be the goal, or is
She's
that
just about to
in
run and
progress?
get thrown up. She's just about to run and get thrown up.
Okay, well, Stanley doesn't know that that's the plan yet, so I think he's gonna stay down here and just keep blasting for right now, trying to put some hole in Grosjean, keep aiming at the same spot. So we will do that again. So the first blast is a 31 to hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
10 points of piercing. Then another 31 to hit.
Okay.
For 8 points. So 18. Then 20 to hit.
Okay.
That hits.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Okay, cool. And 4. So
8 and then 4.
22 points total.
Okay, perfect. Total damage inflicted upon him has been 56 so far. As you fire more Eldritch Blasts and shock the leg. And little like flakes, like, you know, spurts of blood come out as you shock skin and scar it, and flesh seems to fall apart. Really, it's really like tender in some ways as you hit the scale. The scale absorbs the Eldritch Blast, but the flesh beneath burns and cooks, and you see a blood start to drip from between the scales with your hits.
All right, that'll be my turn.
Okay, perfect. So at the end of your turn, Grosjean is going to get a turn again, and this time he roars out to everyone.
Shit.
That's it.
Good turn,
Perfect.
Grosjean.
And I need everyone to roll a saving throw.
Oh, it's a roar attack. Oh, okay.
It's a frightening presence. I need a wisdom saving throw from everyone.
Are
We're
we
still
immune to
immune.
frighten?
We are
Yeah.
immune to frightened.
All right, but the rest of the people in the square or in the map are not.
Union technically is as well.
Great. Thank you for the note. I appreciate that. And it frightens literally everyone else, as everyone who's sort of approaching to do this fight lose their resolve in this fight. Weapons drop to the ground. The people around you stand frozen. I didn't roll for the Nashes. Let's see how Nash is. What's your wisdom there, Nash?
Nash's wisdom is a 12 or a +1 is the result.
So your saving throw modifier is going to be 1. Okay.
Yeah, 1.
All right, they get scared too. They stop. They stop shoveling earth on his foot.
Big shock.
All right, Stanley. Oh, sorry, Hope, you're up.
Okay, Hope's gonna yell out to Varel, Varel, to Nash! And as she's running, and can I roll an acrobatics to time a jump as Varel is throwing her to get more vertical?
How far? I don't know how far up Nash went, but we can kind of hand wave this a little bit to say Nash.
Oh, yeah, she's, the whole thing playing out in my head is that she's going to run to Varel. She tells Varel to throw toward Nash, and then as she's going through the air, she'll go on comms, Nash, catch me. And then...
Okay, and we'll see what Nash does. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, Kyle has the readied action, so let's get an athletics roll for how strong you throw her.
Cool. The rules as written basically go into improvised weapon territory of 20-60 is the range. There's no rules for throwing players or enemies.
Players. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's more house ruly. So
yeah. So 20 is the minimum.
But you have let's look at so disadvantage would be the second number. Let's just take the same jump philosophy here for throwing people.
Okay.
So you have a strength of 20, so 20 feet with advantage or without normal, and then we'll triple it for the disadvantage if you want to try and throw farther. It's a disadvantage. So you want to try and get her up 20 feet or 60. Keep in mind she can add some of her vertical jump strength to this because it's a combo move, right? So her vertical jump, we have that figure here. Hang on, long jump, high jump. You can 3 plus your strength modifier, so she can just.
4.
So she can add an extra 4 feet to the 20.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Hell
I mean, 20 is a lot of feet, right? Like, that sounds low.
That's huge, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
basically...
You're going to disadvantage the roll if it's for 60.
Okay, so 60 or nothing, really, because otherwise she's just landing on the nearby island and not getting anywhere close to Nash.
Well, is it possible for Hope to roll acrobatics to help with this? To kind of jump at the same time he's throwing, to add to the
to leverage more of it. All right, I will allow this as a double thing. That's your action.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I will throw with disadvantage, but since I have advantage on all athletics checks, I'll just roll normally.
That's right. If you have advantage on this check, then yes, you actually don't have disadvantage. You have
Let's go for the 60.
Well, it's now going to be like 80 or 90.
I got a 12.
Oh no.
Yeah, 22 acrobatics.
I have an inspiration.
Yeah, we'll cash it in.
Let's not throw you in the lava. Let's try that again. It's got to be better. Okay, 24.
24. All right, so that's close to very hard. I'm not giving you the full 60. You're going to go 50. And then your roll, Hope.
Was a 22 acrobatics.
Okay, so you go the full 84 feet into the air, based on the combo succeeds. So you run to Varel, and Varel just launches you. 84 feet launches you up to his head. So you have flown so far up that Grosjean's face is right in front of you, and his eyes immediately lock onto you. And you are now the subject of whatever he's going to do next.
That's amazing.
And he even makes a little comment.
Oh, what a mighty jump you have there.
Wow.
And Hope's on comms going, Nash, get me to the building.
All right, you are now floating free falling in front of Grosjean's head. Anything else on your turn, Hope? I think you have a bonus action remaining.
That's it.
All right. It is now your turn, Hope. You are now falling.
My turn was the whole run jump thing.
Oh, excuse me, Varel. It is now your turn. Sorry, I got it reversed. Yeah. Duh.
All right. With the Nash Earth maneuver, do I have access to a toe, and can I give him a mighty hangnail?
Well, he has a fang foot, so he doesn't have like a human
Oh.
toe. Yeah,
Well, he's
so
still got juicy,
you
wrinkly.
you can still stab inside where the nail and toe are. Like that's a everyone else
Give him
is
a
squirming.
splinter.
I saw John and Kristen go like, ugh.
Sounds
it's not
horrible.
good. No.
Really
Scott's
rough.
sitting there like whatever.
I've had
I
worse.
think anybody who's had a hangnail is just gonna be like, "Oh, it's uncomfortable."
This is too much. This is too far.
Yeah.
Let's pull it back.
Oh, let's be nice to him. Jeez.
That's
I
amazing.
want to inflict the most amount of pain for the smallest amount of damage, so I'm gonna go wail on that toe.
Okay, you're gonna is it stabbing or bashing?
Yeah, no, this is with the Chrome's Bane sword.
Okay, so we're getting in the toe. We're getting in the toenail.
I will use my bonus action to ride the Eye of Grosjean and his rage and his curiosity at the moment for an Eye of Grosjean check. So bonus action, choose one target, immediately learn one vulnerability, if any.
Okay, which do you do first, the stab or the check?
The check first.
You do the check first, so you open yourself up to communicating with the foreign being inside your chest that has been empowering you this whole time. You open yourself up to it, and immediately rage fills every blood vessel in your body as you feel fire. And you're normally pretty okay with fire. You feel fire in every part of your body, dropping you to your knees as you hunch over and you hear a voice in your head say, "This abomination must be killed." It's not really a voice. It's just something you hear in your mind's eye or your
Oh, you're
mind's,
gonna get two of them.
your mind's ear.
No.
This abomination must be killed. You must kill this. Kill it now. See that it is dead. And it's just sort of saying the same thing over again, issuing commands to you. You're able to get back up, but you lose half your movement consulting with this thing. You have a sense of its vulnerability that this thing is not Grosjean. This thing is an abomination. This thing is powered by human calculators, devices. And you must find a way to detach it from its calculator.
Oh my gosh.
Very
That's what you
well.
want.
Then, with renewed resolve that there is no greater lizard in Razak Val than I will limp my way to that very toe, and I will begin a reckless attack,
Okay.
like Blinken in Men in Tights, just wailing on that toe.
That's a good fantasy movie.
Yeah.
25 for the first attack.
That's a hit.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the second attack here. A 28.
Okay, that's also a hit.
All right. Allow me to total the damage. 7, 14, 21. 21, 20, 27 points of magical versatile.
Magical
Hang on,
versatility.
slashing damage.
Versatile damage.
Slashing.
Perfect. We're at a total of 83 points of damage. So you slash in around the toe, cutting toe flesh, and because you're very knowledgeable about lizard folk physiology, because you have one, you're able to find the spots between the scales and stab in and get flesh and connect. It's a very satisfying result.
Perfection. That is
Alright.
my turn.
Okay, so Yudyan is going to make a saving throw check. She is currently frightened and
No, she's
begins-
immune to frighten.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. God damn it. Stupid notes. I didn't take my note off. Hang on. So she's immune to frighten. So she sees, she just feels like useless at this time, and it's frustrating her. And you can see her. She wants to make the jump across, as she runs, and she's going to make an athletics check to try and get to you to make the additional jump, or acrobatics check rather, to make the additional jump. She runs for the rock face, launches off. She hits lava up to her knees, and there's a look of horror on her face as she's like, as she just barely misses and is running desperately for land. Having used her action and her movement to do what she did, that's currently where she's at. She's going to take damage in the lava.
Was it Volcano with Pierce Brosnan? The old lady in the silver lake.
No, that was
That takes 30 points of damage.
That's Dante's Peak.
Oh, Dante's Peak.
Yeah, that year they had those two. That and Volcano came out the same summer. It was like Armageddon and Deep Impact. It was weird. Neither one are very good.
All right, Nash, it is your turn. Dante,
all right,
it's your turn.
I would like to.
So remember, Hope is now free floating in front of Grosjean's face, hoping for a catch.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow through on that, and swoop in there and do such a thing. I don't know if you need me to roll anything to do that.
Nope, you just got to use your movement to get where she would be, like right there. I'll put her so she's about 25 feet away from you. So why don't you go ahead and swoop in?
Okay, I'm gonna. My thing's grabbing weird. There we go. Okay, so we'll swoop in. Boop. I land on her. Just kidding.
There we go. Great.
All right. In that position, however, popping fresh dragon means fresh everything, right? So I've got my acid
Popping fresh dragon.
Yeah.
Kyle heard it too and pictured it as well. That's good to know.
because I can do my acid breath again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while we're here,
fresh dragon.
Since that's my movement, and I can't really waypoint here and go to the next spot because I can move and stop. So I will stop in the position that is catching her and also at the same time facing it, and I will attempt to acid breath the bastard with a 60-foot line that is 5 feet wide.
Do it.
And can I catch anything else in it? It's just him, really.
Do it.
All right, here we go. You ready? Oh, I have to do hit. Oh, no, it's a DC 18 dex save you have to do.
DC what, sorry?
18.
Dex save?
Yep.
Yeah, fail.
Good. That's good. I like the sound of that.
Hard for mountains to dodge.
12 d8s. Hold on a second.
All right. We'll just give Scott a
thing
few
out
minutes
here.
to figure out how to roll 12 d8.
No kidding.
A meteor
1,
comes
2,
down
3,
and kills
4, 5,
everybody.
6,
Oh, no.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here we go. Oh, my Lord. 61 points of acid damage.
Right. All right, and so Grosjean, as you barf out this this jet of acid begins covering his face. He doesn't flinch or move his face away. You just hear him say,
Unpleasant!
All right.
What I say when I get
of,
acid in the face.
No kidding. Very unpleasant.
as he talks through it. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No. I'm at her will now that I've caught her. So
Hope was asking to go to the building if there's any more movement left.
I guess I could do. Can I dash with dragon form?
You've already used an action, so you can't dash.
Oh, 'cause
but
that's
you
an
haven't
action.
used all your movement. You have 80 feet of movement. So
Okay, so I could keep moving. Let's keep doing it then.
But you will provoke an attack of opportunity as you are within range.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Also,
leave that
are
up
you
to
sure,
you.
Hope? Because I could get hit on the way over there.
No, just wait.
Okay, that's the end of my turn then.
Oh, you're not going to move?
No.
You don't want to get hit? Okay.
No.
Well, there is... Grosjean gets a turn right after yours as he uses a legendary action to grab you. Strength contest time, Nash.
Yeah, great. My highest. Oh, actually, I'm in dragon form. I'm pretty okay. 23 plus 6.
Oh no, I'm weak. Oh wait, I'm a dragon. I'm strong. Ah!
All right, I got to roll.
Yeah, you are...
Does Grosjean get disadvantage on this since this is a strength check?
No, because my spell
No.
failed.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Um,
I'm rolling a strength check. That will be 12 plus 6. So that's a 18.
okay. Grosjean grabs you and has you, and his fist is really big, so you're like a little dragon in his hand as he grabs you, and he nuts. Oh, that's not right.
Nuts.
Nuts!
Not so fast, little draggy.
And now he has you in his hand.
Okay.
And now he has you in his hand. So you are
Okay.
now clutched. Hope you can see the fingers all around, but you're not squished in between them. As now Nash squirms under the hold of Grosjean. Other Nashes, they're scared. Grosjean's turn. So Grosjean has you, and he brings his hand up, Nash, to his mouth, and he begins putting you inside of the mouth. He goes,
No!
ah! And he's going,
I don't like that.
I have not tasted of dragon in some time. Ah! And he begins putting.
Other stuff I'm gonna do.
he begins putting you in his mouth. He begins eating you in his mouth. So I need you to. Well, you have a chance to fly out as he deposits you in the mouth. I need a dexterity saving throw, please, from you.
Okay, I can provide you with one. One moment. Okay. Let me go add my modifier. That's an 18 plus. Would you say dexterity?
Dex.
20, not natural.
20, not natural. Okay, so as he goes to put you in his mouth, he's like, to eat it. And just as his mouth is about to clamp shut, his giant house-sized mouth is about to clamp shut and do a monstrous amount of damage. You jet out there, pew, and he brings his mouth down and like spit and covers like both of you as you just barely get out as the teeth close. So you're now within his vicinity. I'm just going to move you on the map.
Okay.
And but you're not quite where you. Oh, what happened? You're sort of more to the side now as he's moved you around over here. He says the following.
Wait, get back in here!
And that sort of gets yelled out all across the valley. Okay, Stanley, your turn.
All right. Seeing Union splash in lava, Valir's immediately going to activate telekinesis. And he's going to move down to here and just use telekinesis to yank Union right out of the lava as quick as he can and deposit her on the land next to him.
Okay, just right there, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And that'll pretty much constitute the turn, but he will look at her and just say, "Stop being foolish. Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself and the others. This isn't helping. Now I have to deal with this." And that'll
shit.
be his turn.
Scoldation.
Wow.
Union looks just has the appearance of disappointment and failure upon her face. But she is grateful for the save. She was wearing armor. Clearly there'll be burns. There will be burns, but still has her feet intact. She was in for fractions of seconds. Now, at the end of your turn, you hear a voice on your headsets going, "What the hell is going on there? Does anyone have eyes on what's happening?" says Monsoon. "It seems the fools have a... Wait a minute. I know that, lizard folk." And then immediately through the sky, a blinding light of blue appears. And I'm just going to do some token business. That's not a drugs thing. That is a token on the map thing. And Diane Talis, sort of as a laser ghost, flies to in front of Grosjean and yells out before him, "You! What are you doing back here? You were dead!" And then Grosjean,
Diane Talis! It is not a pleasure to see you. You will die this time. You are foolish for thinking I could ever be killed.
and at that point, Diane Talis raises up his hands and brings his spectral scythe into his hand and goes to make an attack on Grosjean. It is a miss.
God damn it, Diane Talis.
As Diane Talis swings in, shing, and then he goes to swing again, and this time it's a hit, and he goes to swing it again, shing, but it doesn't penetrate Grosjean. And he goes, what manner of trickery is this, Grosjean? And he yells out as he tries to do a final and third hit. Bing, his spectral scythe does not penetrate scale, and Grosjean.
Now I am the master, and you are but the learner. Today's the day of your great defeat. Feel honor at dying at the hands of great Grosjean.
Okay. And that brings us now to Hope. You're now, just having been freed from the mouse of Grosjean, he's now having a conversation with Diane Talis for the entire valley to hear, and you and Nash are flying out. Nash has surrendered his movement to you. If you wish to use his dragon movement to direct him, you can.
Oh, cool. In that case, she's going to direct Nash toward the building on Grosjean's back. And then she's going to get on comms to tell everybody that it looks like everything connects here in the building. So anybody who can get up here. We need to figure it out and shut him down. Nash and I are going in. Or Nash, if you want to leave, you can. Just drop me off.
Okay. Okay.
All right. You fly around to the back and you see the building strapped to his back before you. Doors and windows are being broken off. Building's not exactly designed to be backpack, so like bricks are crumbling and floors are crumbling. It looks like a mess in there, but from what you can see inside, there is a bunch of machinery glowing, strapped to various parts of his back.
Does it look like the building is falling apart so much that if Nash were to be directed to hit the bricks, they would just start falling apart, revealing the machinery underneath?
Absolutely.
All right. Hope is gonna relay that information to Nash. Tell him to go to town.
Nash
Let's reveal
smash!
what's underneath. Nash.
All right. Nash smash. I like it.
It's better than Hulk smash. Nash
Yeah.
smash is even better.
I agree.
Okay, so yeah, anything. So that it's to convey that you still have like action and bonus action. I don't know if you can do anything with it at this juncture, but
No, with the building falling apart, she wouldn't feel safe asking to be let go. But she will start paying close attention to the piping, the wiring, and trying to see if she can find whatever the core is or would seem to be.
very good. All right, Varel, you're up.
Slashing toes.
Oh, yeah.
Manicure of rage.
Manicure of rage.
26 for the first attack.
Yep.
Ooh. 19 for the second attack.
Yeah, both hits. Both hits.
Sweet. All right. I am going to versatile to handle this biz. Which means I get to roll a d10 instead. 10, 14, 24. 30 points of magical slashing damage with the
30
Chrome's
points.
Bane.
Magical slashing damage. Gotcha.
And then do I have any alive? Oh, there's still is this goblin near me alive still?
The goblin near you, yes, he is, but he's cowering in fear right now. So he's kind of like he's lying on the ground, covering his eyes, hoping he doesn't get seen.
Okay, I will not. I will not flame burst, but I will use my short rest ability, Hungry Jaws, and I'm gonna bite that toe as well.
Don't mention it.
Ew.
It's what he's doing.
I know, and he's been really focused on that toe this entire game. And it's fine. No judgment.
He's playing World of Warcraft. Leave him alone.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
18 on a bite.
Oh, wow. That's a big bite. Sorry, just doing math. Yeah, it is a hit. Oh, it wasn't 18 damage, 18 to hit? Oh,
18 hit.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that wasn't.
I was doing damage math. Sorry. That's why I was like, yeah, it's a hit.
Excellent. 10 damage of bite
10,
on the cuticle.
Yep, you do 10 cuticle damage as the teeth sink in between where fang and skin are, and you continue ripping flesh, exposing more and more of the cuticle to open air.
Excellent. That ends my turn.
Okay, perfect. So it's Yunyan's turn, and Yunyan quickly consults with you, Stanley, to say, How do we defeat this beast? I am your spear. Point me in the right direction, and I will attack.
You are relieved of duty. I didn't help get you a life back so that you could throw it away. Get out of here. Get anyone else out of here that you can, and we will handle this.
So make an intimidation roll, but make an intimidation roll.
It's a natural 20 for a 27.
Oh, shit.
Or wait, you know what? I don't think I actually have advantage on that. I don't remember what all I get advantage on. Hold on one second. Let me just double check. What do I get
D&D
advantage
characters. What the hell? What the hell's going on?
Attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws. Oh, ability checks. That would count, right?
This is a skill check.
Skill check. Okay, so 17 then. We'll go with
Okay.
the first roll. 17.
17. Okay. 17 would be... She says, I've trained my whole life to be your Baleli-kun. I am not going anywhere, Sileli Prime. Even you cannot commend me otherwise. Point me in the direction, and I will give my life in service to the Elhendari and to you.
I'll resolve this conversation on my turn.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Yeah, she waits for instruction, so she's going to ready in action to do whatever you tell her. All right, it is now Nash's turn.
Okay.
Nash, you are at the back of Grosjean while Grosjean talks to floating Diane Talis. You are facing the building. Hope just told you to go ahead and destroy the building. So
I
you can
would
see the
do as she
engineer
asks. So I'm going to... I need to roll for acid breath recharge.
Oh, we'll go ahead and do that.
I forgot how to do it. Hold on.
I think it's just a D6, and on a 5 and a 6, you get it recharged.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Here we go. Okay. It is... Nope, it's a 1, so no good.
Yeah.
I've had terrible luck with that. So instead of doing that, I will multi-attack the building. I will first bite it.
Okay.
I have a plus 11 to hit. Does the building have a... Is it just going to take it, or does it have
sure
a
does.
thing?
Everything has an AC, so roll your attack.
Okay. That seems weird, but all right. That'd be a 27.
It's a hit.
Okay. Let's go ahead and attack it for... Hold on a second, sorry. We had 17, 210. Okay, 2d10 plus 6 plus 1d8. All right, 2d10. All right, that will be... let's see, that'd be a 17 points of... What's biting damage? Whatever that is.
Slashing, probably.
Slashing,
or
piercing. Sorry,
piercing. It would
and
be
then
piercing.
1d8 to add on for acid, and that will be 3 of acid damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna claw. It's another. I have to roll for hit again.
Mm-hmm.
That's plus 11, so that would be 28. Should be a hit.
Yeah.
And then 2. Get the math wrong on this. 2. Hold on, claw. 2d6 plus 6. Here we go. 1, 2. So that would be 12. Points
Okay,
of slashing.
perfect. So you bite and slash with both your dragon claws, ripping off the wall entirely from the front wall, showing on his backpack of the mountain, pulling down like your hand grabs a piece of a wall and joint and just tears it. You hear the loud metal creak as you sort of pull out pieces of the building and they go crumbling down below you. I should check if there's someone underneath you. No, you're okay. As they all fall and splash into the lava. And as you pull them apart, you see just, a building's worth. If you've ever been to a university and seen like the engineering building and all like the pipes and wires are all over the place in some of these places, you just see like engineering, like just large valves, big pipes with goop going bloop, 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 like glowing computer screens, like just all this engineering computer nonsense, tubing and piping. Sort of towards the back, and as you do that, you pull out. There's these people in robes that sort of fall out and hit the ground and fall into the lava.
Cool.
And you expose the machinery to the open air.
It's like what Andy Dufresne saw when he got through the wall and escaped prison. Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, something like that.
Cool.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? That was your action.
No, because I would do a tail swipe, but I got to wait for someone else's turn. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Then the other Nashes remain scared. Let's see if they...
Dumbasses.
Oh, one of them breaks free. Unfortunate Nash does not. So White Nash breaks free of his fear. And he goes, "Hey, Dragon Nash!
Yeah, what?
What should I do?"
Something other than to be in the chicken shit you're all being over there. Just about anything would work. Fire something at this thing. I don't know. Help me destroy the building.
Like, I can heal someone. Anyone need healing?
Oh, he can heal?
Yeah!
Who's hurt? I don't know who's hurt. I know I'm a little hurt, but not that hurt.
Well, yeah, if you're not hurt, all you can do is speak for yourself.
That's true, because it's my turn.
All right, nobody else answers him. His turn's over.
I'll say, I'm hurt a little bit. Let him try to heal me. That's fine.
Well, fly down here. I can't reach you from here.
I'll have to wait, so never mind. End your turn.
I got a touch to heal.
Oh, forget it. You can touch me later.
Okay. So now that it's Grosjean's turn, is now Grosjean's turn, and he has been speaking to Diane Talis, and he has his. He begins by saying the following.
Diane Talis, I have put up with your strange and unusual ways for long enough. You are weak, petulant. You do not embody the greatness of a warrior. Allow me to end you now. And then
another stuff.
Sorry,
that I'll do.
and then right, and then his as he speaks, his laser eye begins to warm up into a hot red beam, and then it goes, and the red laser shoots towards Diane Talis. I need to make a thing, a saving throw thing for Diane Talis.
A thing.
Just be a moment, please, as I collect my information. Okay. So the laser fires out and begins hitting Diane Talis as this beam of light starts carving a hole inside Diane Talis' ethereal elfin form. Like he looks kind of like the ghost pirates a little bit, right? Like he's an ethereal being of blue energy as the laser begins, and this red light begins turning his blue form red and begins penetrating his ethereal form, and he goes going ah as he yells out in pain above everyone else. That's Grosjean's turn as he continues to laser him with his eye. Stanley, you're up.
All right, so still in the middle of the conversation with Union, he's gonna look at her and he's gonna say, "I have no need for a spear. Look around you. What is that going to do in this circumstance? You've been given a life and a chance to do something more. If you won't listen to the commands I give, so be it. But we don't need a spear." And he'll take off the headset that connects him to the others, and he'll toss it at her and say, "We need a leader." And as it flies, he's going to cast Dimension Door away from her and up to the top of Grigil where the building is.
Damn.
Oh wait, you're dimension dooring yourself up to the top,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and that just happens. That's just a movement thing. Like there's nothing to resolve here. Is there?
Yep.
Is a part,
Just
there?
going. Nope.
Damn.
Just appear up on top.
That's a
And
pretty big. That's a fantasy mic drop if I've ever heard one
that
or ever
was pretty
seen
good.
one.
If you can
Yeah.
teleport, you should do stuff like that because it's cool.
Wait, you have Dimension Door?
I do.
Damn. Oh, okay, I just need to review here. Yep. Okay. You can bring your creature with you, but you don't want to. Okay, perfect.
No. No, she's staying there.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
She just causes me to have to waste spells saving her. So
You toss the headset towards her. You take it out, and now you teleport to the back of Grosjean. There you are, on top of Grosjean. What now?
Well, let me see here. So the building has pretty much been toppled and just exposed a bunch of computers and stuff like that, right? On the surface?
You're sort of on the. So you went to the top of the building. So you're kind of like on a makeshift roof. There's large smokestack pipes, like industrial pipes, on the roof where you're at. A lot of the roof has been ripped out. The ground beneath you is very precarious. It's sort of cement that's broken up. And below, as you sort of peer over the edge and the camera goes over the side, you see all this engineering and stuff, and Nash tearing apart the walls to expose it below.
Okay,
And
yeah, I didn't want to be on
yelling
the
at the
roof
other
of the
Nash.
building. I wanted to be like at the front, like if it's there, I want to be at like the front door, like on
The front door's
Grosjean.
gone. It's
Oh,
destroyed.
it's gone. Okay.
Yeah. I took it as roof because there would be somewhere to stand there, but
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah,
If that's
yeah.
the only place I could go, that would be the
Nash
place.
already broke it. Too late. Yeah.
No, man. Nash always breaking
Sorry.
stuff.
He
That's
ripped the front face of the building.
Hope will take responsibility for this one.
Hope's idea.
It was in order.
That's right.
He's just doing as he's told.
Yeah.
So you have a bonus action remaining movement.
Yeah, I think. How far down is it a jump to get down by the computer equipment?
Yeah, so a floor might be about 8 to 10 feet, right? So you're going to have to rappel down since there's not really much in the way of flooring to find footing. You're going to have to sort of jump over the side and find your way down.
Okay.
And like you could probably climb on the pipes and stuff like that.
No, we'll just jump straight down and we'll feather fall as we go.
Okay, that's a reaction, I think, right, for feather fall.
So I'll just jump off the side and feather fall.
You can't do more than one spell in a turn though, unless it's a cantrip. So you'd have to.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's not do that because then I'm gonna die because I can't cast that spell. Well, I'm not ready to die yet. All right, Stanley's thinking about what to do on the top of the building.
Sure.
That'll be his turn.
Yep. Hope, you're up. So you're riding on Nash still, and he's tearing apart the building.
Yeah, and Hope, after seeing him tear the building down, is gonna pat the claw hand and go, "Great job, Nash. That was exactly what needed to happen." All right, and then she's gonna focus up. And would it be possible to use my action to roll? I know it's vehicle engineering, but engineering to see if she can find the weakest points in this mess of machinery.
Yeah, you are vehicle engineering, so it would be harder than normal for you. But maybe it's like a really big car engine, really big weapon engine. So roll it. It's gonna be a tough one. And what were you looking for?
Weak points so that she can direct Nash on where the hits should be to take it down quicker than just random
Sure.
random
Alright.
attacks. 21.
21. Okay. Let's hold my DM screen over here. 20, 20, 21. Yeah. So from what you can tell, the structure of the building is one where there's like a large energy generator towards the base of the building that seems to be producing a lot of the substance that's moving through the pipes. So the energy generator is hooked up to a second piece of machinery, and then a lot of the stuff seems to be formulating what's in the pipes. So either destroying the pipes might reduce effectiveness of his weapons, and the energy generator might just take them all out in one swoop, but would be harder to destroy, and there might be, explosion as a result.
All right. Nash, we have two options. We either take the pipes down, or we go to that generator right there and we blow it up. It might blow up. I don't know if it actually will. But stopping that would be the quickest way to do something, I think.
Well, table talk here in Shipbreaker. There's this thing where
Okay. All right.
you have to.
Go ahead.
If you don't,
In the solar mines, we all played a game.
if you want to take pipes out, it's dangerous if you don't disable the source before you take the pipes out. If you take the pipes out first, you're going to explode or have a higher chance of exploding, a bunch of fire problems. So we could attack those pipes. I think we're putting ourselves in harm's way. We'd be better off killing the generator and then bailing as fast as we can. I mean, either way, we're going to probably get hurt. But I don't think we attack the pipes. The pipes are going to explode and we're going to catch on fire.
I totally agree. It's generator time, whatever happens.
Yeah.
And
So,
then
yeah.
Hope will call out, Stanley, be ready to go!
He goes, what? He's just got he's like,
I'm just like looking down at it, thinking,
What? Oh.
all right.
"No, I'm all for it. I can get out of this. This is fine."
Then that brings us to Toman Varel.
Toman Borel.
Yeah. He likes them toes.
All right. I'm gonna
call
keep
him
flashing, but
Tojan.
thematically, I'm really jacking. Like I'm what's it?
You're jacking?
Damn it.
You're really jacking.
Yeah, thematically, you're really jacking.
Like a
Got it.
car jack. Like
Your
I'm
car
trying to
jack.
fry a toe
Yeah.
off.
Your
Yeah.
Donald Duck's bad day. When he has to change a tire. I got it.
Sure.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
jacking the vehicle. I got it.
Damn it.
It's a perfectly good word that got ruined by internet irony. Like you have to jack up a car to get the tire.
The issue wasn't the word.
No.
The issue was the word in conjunction with the motion.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
We all were being mature until we had two attempts.
If
We
you
had
do if you
disadvantage
do-
at being mature.
If you do conjunction of the motion, that's how you start a Witcher universe.
Yes, exactly. We did it.
27 for the first attack.
Yep, it's a hit.
28 for the second attack.
Yep.
Unleashing the jack.
Unleash the jack.
Let the jack begin.
11,
Cool.
25, 31 points of magical slashing damage.
Total for all attacks.
Yes.
Okay. We're at a total of 154 damage dealt. You continue to saw flesh from cuticle, and you're lifting up the toe, right? So, like, you have it atop your sword.
Wait, I figure it's a big toe. Like I'm getting in. Like if he's got kind of your classic dinosaur foot,
Yeah.
I want to like pry off the pinky toe's
Oh.
nail.
Gotcha.
So that-
okay.
that's
Right.
where
Right.
weight is
Right.
distributed. You know, if I
Right.
bust up that toe,
Okay.
he might fall.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you are the toe is like fully propped up now. It's like lifted out of the flesh, and there's this kind of like water slide of black and red fleshy blood muscle as the toe's like fully lifted out of the muscle, poking right up.
Perfection.
Great. Okay.
My turn.
Okay. So it's Yunyon's turn, and Yunyon, she moves. She jumps over to the tiefling over here. Hey, it's Emmanuel. And, she pushes up to him, and she says, "We've got to help Stanley." And Emmanuel looks at her, and she's frightened. And Emmanuel's going to roll. Snaps out of her fear and says, "Yes, let's do it." And they both move closer together towards the lizard folk on the other side where his tail is. And they make an attempt to grapple the tail, the both of them. 20. Critical hit. And they both grapple on the tail and begin climbing up Grosjean from the back. That brings us to Nash. Nash, it is your turn.
Okay. In an attempt to destroy the thing, the generator. How far is it from us, from me and Hope? Is it just right there in the room?
It's right there. You're just pulling it apart. You pulled the walls off, exposing all the machinery, so you're right in front of it.
Okay, so the generator / core of the thing is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any way for me to determine how much it's going to take to blow it? Like, how sensitive is it?
So
How much longer do we have to stand here?
Yeah.
So you have to attack it. You don't know how much hit points it has. It looks like solid machinery, but you can find parts where where there's less pipe, maybe where you could break it off and bite it out.
Okay.
There's a lot of options there for you to attack it without actually attacking the steel hull of this chamber, which looks heavy in metal, where you could kind of pry it out, but you'd have to do enough damage to all the machinery around it.
All right, let me roll for my acid. Crap, it's a 2. Still not reset. Can I... How flammable does everything look in there?
I mean, it's metal, so no.
All right, I'm doing it then. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing firebolt. Not...
Oh, you're going to firebolt?
Just firebolt, just a cantrip, not a fireball. Bolt.
Well, you're not going to use your dragon arms and legs to
I mean, I
destroy
could,
things?
but I don't know. I don't want to have a turn of swiping at it and have it do shit, Like maybe the heat of the fire.
I'd rather have a turn of casting Firebolt and have it do shit.
I mean, I just want it to be effective. So
He said that it didn't look like fire would work, though.
You could probably hit it with fire, but just keep in mind your damage is 3d10 at tops for one firebolt.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned there it's kind of like screwed on, so prying it off might be an option.
Is that a
You
grapple
might also
contest?
decide to try strength check and just try grabbing something and ripping it out or something like that. Like, I'm not going to go into all the details about how the engineering, like,
Oh, I know.
just broad, generic, like, there's a lot of machinery and pipes there, but if you wanted to take that giant steel chamber that's the generator with both your hands and try to press your legs against the back wall and pull the generator off, like rip the whole piece out, maybe that's something you could try.
Let's do that. Strength check.
Let's use the power of imagination to figure something.
I'm going to use the
maybe
power
not
of
within
your
the range of
imagination
actions.
that you just described,
Okay.
and I'm going to do it. So
right.
it's a strength check, or what do you want me for that?
Yeah, I need you to make a strength check, please. to
Okay,
do
dragon
this.
form strength check incoming. That's a 17 plus 6, so that's a whatever that is. Is that a hit? It's 20.
17 plus 6. Can you do the,
23.
Hold
can
on.
you do the math for
I
me?
can't do it. Hold on. 17.
23.
23.
23. Okay, so you take your legs, your dragon legs, you wedge them into the side of the wall, and you put your body against the chamber and wrap your arms around it and heave. Just like you saw Varel do many times in many situations. And you begin heaving with your dragon body as you go and pull the chamber off. The chamber loosens purple and black goo begins leaking out everywhere, but you maintain your resolve and pull the chamber off, and bolts snap. Bing, 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 bing. Hope you duck down as a bolt goes flying over your head, and things begin flying everywhere. But you didn't roll high enough to get it off all in one shot. You're going to have to attempt another round of it, but you've got it halfway off, and klaxons are going up as things begin breaking apart.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll say I tried. I'm about to roll another time. Didn't work the first time, but I think I made it loose.
It's halfway there. It's like you're making progress. It's just going to take more than one round to fully pull this thing off.
Okay. Fair enough. That's
Great.
my turn.
All right. Need any healing yet? You hear yelling from behind you. Just come down if you need healing. All of you, I'm the healing station.
Why does Nash have? Is Nash a healer? Like a healer?
Well, he's
class?
white Nash. He has clerical spells. That's something you noticed about him.
That's awesome.
Weeks ago.
All right.
Didn't know that when I put him in charge.
No,
but boy, do
I really
feel
didn't.
smart about that decision.
I
now.
assumed we were all
right.
sorcerer buttholes or whatever. And that was it.
It is now Grosjean's turn, and the laser from his eye continues to fry Diane Talis. Uh-oh.
That sounds good.
So the laser begins piercing through Diane Talis as Grosjean's rage. Actually, I didn't give Diane Talis a turn. A turn over. You know what? This is fine. As he begins staring down Diane Talis with the laser eye, Diane Talis is, and you hear Grosjean yell,
Yes! I am the greatest! Now I am Slayer of Diane Talis!
Oh my gosh.
as Diane Talis' form begins to disintegrate through the laser, the yelling, no! As Diane Talis gets shot into nothingness as he screams and breathes his last from the laser sight of Grosjean, and Grosjean laughs. Yes! Throughout the valley as Diane Talis meets his end above.
That's a big deal. I feel like we should take a minute here and think about what that means. That's a big deal. I don't mean a break. I just meant.
Well, we can take a break to also think about it, because yes, that's the cliffhanger for the break.
Oh, it is. All right. There you go. Perfect timing.
If everyone wants to have a moment to pour one out for the killer of George Miller.
The killer of George Miller is such a great rhyme. I love it. All right. Well, we'll be back, everybody. We're taking a quick one. Think about pour one out for Diane Talis while y'all go pee and pour one out for 6 hours of kidney.
Pour one out
function.
for yourself.
And we'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Where's the thing? There it is. Okay. Let's see. Need to unmute myself. There we go.
Hi.
Hello. Bo and I are back first.
We're the first ones to return.
The first Southspire
phone call. Apparently in Darktide, you can all play as the big guy.
Really?
Yeah, so you can customize the characters to make them all look different. So they...
Oh, so
yeah,
you could all
so
be
you
the
could,
big
like-
guy, but then just look a little different every time.
Yeah, exactly. You can make one with a
That's
mustache.
great. I'm all for this.
We can all be the big guy now.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I think that guy basically is the Space Marine, right? Like he's like a rejected
It's
one.
like he's out of favor or whatever. He's not doesn't have his armor anymore or his things that make him, part of the deal. But he's still big and
Has
disgusting.
15 hearts and 27 stomachs, and
I'm super into it.
Genetic freak.
I didn't know that. That's great because my only complaint about the last one was if you wanted to be a certain character, you were just screwed if you didn't pick him.
Yeah, and this one not so much.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's what I'm hearing.
Exciting stuff. Okay, let's see here. I'm getting a big World of Warcraft tattoo, and some battle seems picked out. but
Getting a big World of Warcraft tattoo?
Somebody is. They want my advice. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe don't get one. I don't know. My advice would be don't get one. but
Maybe no.
Maybe you don't get it. You'll regret it later. But also, I know you're like,
Ask them how they feel about the idea of getting a girlfriend's name tattooed on them.
I've
and,
thought about doing the elf, like night elf tattoos, like nothing specifically World of Warcraft, but just getting the tattooing like night elves have. Like, just
I
these
see what you mean.
lines
That
over your
style.
eyes,
Yeah.
or like
that'd be cool.
yeah,
Like,
Mike
I
Tyson
think
style.
you just have to walk that line of like, what is it representing? Is it representing a part of your life that you want to remember and hold on to? Then fine. If it's showing fandom for a thing, be careful because your fandom for that thing might change.
Yeah.
You never know. Like, I certainly went through my highs in fandom where it was like, oh, I could get the Horde logo tattooed on me. The thing always in the back of my mind was, if I end up not liking World of Warcraft one day.
Yeah.
It seems crazy right now. Seemed crazy for a lot of years. But what if?
Yeah.
The only thing that might be an exception would be if you're a fandom of anything that's already awful. Like if you're into Bill Cosby, like now.
Yeah, it's like it's already as bad as it's gonna be.
Can
You're
only go
fine.
up from here, so
Yep.
that's okay.
Well, this is my whole thing against tattoos in general. I don't care who gets them. I have no problem with them. Anyone else getting a tattoo, no problem at all. But there's nothing in my mind that I want to get that I know I won't be sick of looking at in 10 years. Like,
Yeah, I get very much the same way, where it's like I just not interested in that anymore.
Like if Van drew like a little doodle or something and it was super cute and I could put that somewhere on my arm or something, that's different. I could do that. But there's nothing even I want to draw, let alone anybody else, where I'm like, I'm 1000% sure that that's a thing I want. I just can't. I can't.
What about like a little butt and some legs and poop coming out of the butt? I feel like that'll never get old for you.
It'll never get old for
into
me.
into your belly button.
Well, like a little toilet hole, belly button kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross. I mean, but even then, I don't know. It's so permanent. I keep hearing about like that first season of that show that Jeff. You are going to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour. I can't think of his name.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum did that show where it was like a documentary and he went around looking how cool stuff was made or whatever, and sneakers and whatever. One of them was a tattoo machine that's like a 3D printer basically. You put your arm in it and it does whatever design you want. Doesn't matter how intricate, color, black and white, doesn't matter. And it does the whole thing, and it is, for all intents and purposes, 100% permanent. And then if you're 6 months later like, oh, I don't like it anymore, you can go put your arm in that thing and it wipes it clean with no pain, no skin grafting, no laser work, nothing. It just poofs it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you can add something else. When that happens, I'm all about the tattoos. let's go.
Yeah.
Because then it's not truly permanent. It's permanent if you want it to be, but it's not really permanent if it can't be, or the girlfriend leaves you, or
it's a transmog machine almost.
Yeah. I just
Basically.
know how fickle I am. Like I can't commit to a tattoo because I know I'm gonna be done with it. Like it would have to be something that meant something. Like again, like you said, if I got something that was associated with my son or something like that, that's not a feeling that's gonna change. Like most likely he'd have to like grow up and be a super butthole, and even then I'd at least still have, you know, some good memories of when he was little. We're gonna try and not let that happen.
I thought you were gonna say like serial killer or something, but no, super butthole's pretty high on the list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to keep it light. I didn't want to be
You'll
like,
still love your kid even if he's a serial killer.
That's true.
That's parenting.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The love will still be there. True.
What are we talking about?
What I disagree
killers, yeah, it's all
what I
true.
disagree with.
Say, if your kid grows up to be a serial killer, you're still gonna love your kid.
Probably.
That is true. That is
Hey,
true.
what are you gonna do? I mean, you might.
You don't
be,
have to love their actions, but you still probably love the kid.
Yeah, and anyone who assumes otherwise is stupid. Do you love his actions? Oh yeah, I love it that he cooked that guy in a microwave and ate his heart. He's great. Why? Because I
Isn't it
love
so
him.
cute?
Because he's so cute.
The way he eats intestines. Aww.
Yeah.
You know, he really knows how to grill that up pretty well.
I don't know why I went so.
I
Jeffrey
taught him
Dahmer.
that. I taught him that.
I taught him how to eat another human's heart. All right, let's get back to it here. Oh, damn it. Hold on. I did something I need to fix real fast. Only take me a second. There it is.
All right, fix that thing fast.
Okay, it's fixed. We're saved. And we're recording again. I don't mean over again. I mean, we've started the recording after the break. That's all that means. Hey, Bo, we're back. Let's pick it up where you left it off there.
Let's. All right, and where we left off was Diane Talis was evaporated into nothingness by the laser eye of Grosjean. And with that, Stanley, you feel a disturbance in the force. Not in the force, but from your vantage point, you couldn't see what was occurring, but because of your connection to Diane Talis, you feel something ripped out of you suddenly. Causes you to flinch as Nash is literally ripping something out, 10 or 20 feet underneath you. You're atop the building. It is your turn.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, seeing Nash trying to rip a thing out of a building and having access to telekinetic powers, I'm gonna use my telekinesis to help push it. By default, I can carry an object. I can move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. So I would imagine that would allow some additional leverage with his dragon form.
Yeah, this thing is more than 1,000 pounds, but I'm sure you can still apply force to it, right?
Yeah.
So does it just move, or do we have to do checks on something that low?
If it weighs, I don't know.
I don't need
Object. You can try and move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. If the object isn't being worn or carried, you automatically move it 30 feet in any direction.
If it's worn or carried by a creature, which in this case it is, you must make an ability check with your spellcasting ability, contested by the creature's strength check. If you succeed, pull the object away from that creature and move it beyond. Yep, so you got to make a skill check, my friend.
Okay. And then I think I add my spell modifier to it as well, right? So
Yeah, it's your spellcasting. Sorry, one sec. Let me reread what it said here. Spellcasting ability contested by the creature. So your spellcasting ability modifier is +5, I think it says here on your sheet.
Yeah. So that would be a 16.
Okay, so you attempt to move. So what you're trying to do, though, is not trying to rip it from them necessarily. You're trying to help.
Yeah.
So because you're not fully trying to do that, you're doing it along with Scott. You successfully unlodge certain parts with the extra force from his pulling, and it comes loose into your hands, Nash. You have this big device sort of bear hugging it, and you flap your wings, but it's slowly sinking you down, and it's very soon you're just going to fall like a rock. It is so heavy, but you have it in your hands.
Okay.
As parts of piping shoot out, all this machinery, and Grosjean lurches. You hear, and you now have it in your hands. Anything else you'd like to do, Stanley?
No. That'll be it.
All right, Hope, it's your turn.
All right, Hope will give a big thumbs up to Stanley, and then she'll pat Nash and be like, "All right, let's take it as far away as we can before you can't carry it anymore."
All right, and you can move him, right? We established that. So you're going to fly out 90 feet. Okay. But if you do move him, there's an attack of opportunity that's going to occur.
Really? Even if we're in the back?
Mm-hmm.
The movement I'll leave up to Nash in that case. I don't want to force him into.
No, I'll do it. I'm on board with this move, so I don't mind. Can she? It's not my turn yet, though, right?
But she can move you.
She can move it, right?
You let her just say move you. So
yeah, that's fine. I'm
She
a
wants to do
willing.
it on her
I'm a
turn.
willing participant in this particular scheme. Let's do
All
it.
right, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. So 29. It's a hit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's it hitting? Me or her? Both of us. It is me. Okay.
Yeah. Just let me get my damage dice here. Actions. Fist bash. It's a D100. Okay, you take it's a glancing blow as you take 21 points of damage, very low.
Okay.
As it hits you a little bit, as Grosjean, big as a mountain, you'd expect him to be slow, but with great agility, he realizes something's happening towards his back, and he flips around. Vorel, his foot's about to go. Do you jump onto the foot or let the foot go?
Is it my turn?
No, but he's spinning around to attack Nash, and the foot's going bye. It's like he's giant, so it's not necessarily that's happening in this moment, but in anticipation of a movement, you can jump into the little hole you've made yourself on the foot under the nail, or you can just stay.
I'll take the attack of opportunity as the foot moves away from me, if that works.
It won't be attack of opportunity. He'll still be in the vicinity.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
he's 180ing around, so his foot positions are gonna.
Yeah, let's ride it. Let's ride the foot.
All right,
Ride
so
that
you
foot.
see it sort of begin. Reaction-wise, your timing is quicker than his ability to move. You just jump and slide in like a water slide underneath his nail into the flesh groove, and you take a spin around all the way to the other side. Nash, you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
21? Oh, I thought it was 20.
On a sober note.
Yeah. By the way,
take
you are hurt terribly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Stanley, you're now on the other side as well. I'm just going to move your token around here too. So you're now away, and the building is now away from them as he faces the front towards you. What else would you like to do with your turn, Hope? Oh, you got to get him moving. How far? You're moving the full 80 feet away?
If he can hold it, she's gonna move the full 80 feet. Let me move my character here.
I think that's about it there.
Cool, that's great. And then drop it, and then get out.
All right, so you tap Nash for him to let it go, basically.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So Nash, you just let go, and it starts dropping. Hasn't dropped yet. Pharrell, you're up. You're inside a cuticle.
I hope it
Or
crashes
sort of a
hard.
groove where a cuticle was.
Excellent. Does anybody above me look like they're going to fall?
You just see a big nail above you.
Oh, right, because I'm in the foot.
You're in the foot.
Then I will continue my assault on the foot.
Okay, perfect.
Inside the foot.
Make your attack roll, please.
27. And
Okay, that's a
double.
hit.
Eh?
17 for the second attack.
A hit as well.
Oh, excellent. 6. 20. 26 points of slashing damage.
Okay, we're up to 180 damage inflicted. on the foot. Well, overall, but mostly on the foot. Okay, so you slash in, cutting more, putting chunks of flesh out, slicing more. You're getting a sense that this isn't having much of an effect, although you know a lot of other stuff's going on as we're doing this. As well, I forgot to note when the swing around happened, both Emmanuel and Union got thrown. They failed their saving throws and got thrown from the tail, landed thankfully on rock towards the other side. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Varel?
Since I'm no longer in range of a goblin, I will do my flame burst of 4 fire damage, but I assume he's immune to it.
Okay, you set the toe on fire. He is. It does 2. There's some resistance to it, as it doesn't do very much damage to him. Okay, and now that means it puts us over to Nash. Nash, you're up.
All right.
You've dropped the generator. The generator's falling to the land below.
All right. And we're out of its harm's way, right? We're not gonna. No one's under it. Not that it matters at this point.
As far as you know, it's anyone's guess as to what's going to happen when that generator hits lava.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna want to not. Hope's still on me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to probably move up. If that thing blows like a bomb or goes off or explodes or I don't know what it's gonna do, we don't want to be in the range of it. So I think my movement will be to go higher.
So she's used some of your movement. In order to move further, you'll have to use a dash action.
Okay.
But you can move, but it's just going to cost you your action.
Let me make a decision here. And where's Stanley? He's down low?
He's on the back on the other side now as Grosjean's facing you. He's in the back of the building.
All right. I'll use my dash and move higher.
Okay, so you just dash up going vertically?
Yeah, vertical. Just to be away from any sort of blast radius and also him swinging at me or anything.
You fly up higher and higher going vertical. And you have a bonus action if you want to do anything with it.
No. Oh, I need to roll for my acid breath. I do need to do that. Hold on. Roll for my acid. A 2. Jeez Louise. I'm never getting that back. It's never happening.
You gotta roll better.
That's my thing. Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'll remember that next time.
Do better, Scott.
Okay, I'll roll better. All right.
Good advice. All right, as you fly up vertically, the generator hits the ground and goes bloop, and it sits on top of the lava and it slowly starts to sink in. Bloop, 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 bloop. It begins glowing brighter and brighter, the metal turning into white hot metal. Grosjean, having turned around, swung with some frustration, all of a sudden reacts in a certain way. 1 second. I hate having to switch. It takes so long. I need this to be more convenient.
What is this pain I feel?
In the toe.
And then he looks down, and he looks down, and as you're sort of cutting away, you see a shadow where you are, and then you turn and look back, and you see an eyeball, an upside down eyeball, peering in, and then a finger comes in to scoop you out. Strength contest time.
That made me laugh. I feel a pain in my toe.
I rolled double 3s.
Yeah,
13.
my roll is 33.
Well,
little difference there.
Yeah, so he scoops you out from underneath his cuticle, and you hear him say, "Ow!" As he pulls you and takes you into his fist. And then he has you, and he raises you up, and he says,
An unusual snack to be certain, but I fear no food.
and he takes you and he drops you into his mouth. Now, because
Hell
you
yeah.
don't have... Now, because you don't have flying, you don't have the option to try and escape this. You fall directly and land splat on his tongue. You take about 5 bludgeoning damage from the height of the fall.
Okay.
As you splash around on his tongue, and it's slick and oily. Meanwhile, as you fall down, you see there's sort of explosions sort of happening towards his back, right? The building is being broken. And as he drops it in, the gauntlet from his hand sort of slides down. And he, it appears to be non-functional. His blade stops spinning. Everyone can notice this. But you splash down onto the tongue, and you begin sliding towards the back of his throat.
Gross.
At a crazy space, and then the teeth come chomping down, but his mouth is so big you've made it past the teeth. You're like an M&M in his mouth. Okay, Stanley, it's your turn.
Oh, hell. From where I was on the back with the building, would I have seen that Varel got eaten?
No.
Okay.
Although what happened was, while you were in the back, he bent over, so the floor became a wall, and you had to jump onto a smokestack, and then the floor became floor again. You jumped back, but we won't settle dice on this. You handled yourself just fine.
Okay.
You have a high baseline skill in acrobatics. This is fine.
I do. So with that generator ripped out, the pipes aren't connected to anything. It looks like whatever's going on in here is completely falling apart.
Yeah,
right?
it's a mess of pipes and pieces, and and like a whole bunch of like tubes are spitting out gunk everywhere, like this like purple black like gunk just firing off everywhere, and pieces are falling down, stuff sliding over, and little micro explosions are happening in the engineering beneath.
Okay, so seeing that this seems to have been effective, you know what? Stanley will just go ahead and start blasting from up here. Keep doing damage till this thing falls. So we'll go ahead and shoot it with
Grosjean or
Eldritch
the
Blast.
building?
Grosjean.
Okay. Roll for your damage.
Okay, 22 to hit.
It's a hit.
Okay. I'll just check to see what hits first. 28 to hit would be a hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 31 to hit would be a hit. So that's 3 hits. That's 5, 12. I'm so bad at math. 17 points of force damage to him.
Okay, 17 points of force damage. Okay, we're at 199 damage inflicted. He still looks spry and in good shape, in spite of the lack of energy he's starting to exhibit from the machine being torn off. You fire towards the back, sear flesh, and blood begins spewing. Red blood begins spewing from between the gray-brown scales.
All right, that'll be my turn.
All right. Well, Hope is going to defer her turn. She's got an emergency. Varel, you're just after.
Nope, she's back.
She's back. She's back.
Shit.
Hope.
Trying to
She
drop
knew.
off some Cheez-Its.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure how serious it was, so okay, I didn't want to rush you. There you go. Cheez-Its delivered.
Thank you. Cheez-Its delivered. Child happy. All right. So with Nash, Hope will get on the intercom. Oh, that's right. She doesn't know Stanley doesn't have the earpiece, and she'll be like, Stanley, Varel, do either of you need pickup? This thing's gonna blow, it looks like.
Neither of them hear it.
Well, Stanley didn't. Yeah, I don't have
Varel, you just hear as the reception is bad from within Varel's mouth.
All right, hearing that it's silence, she'll then talk to everyone who's remaining on the intercoms and let them know that this thing, it looks like it's going to blow. If you need Grosjean, get away if you can. And that'll be her turn.
Monsoon comes up and he says, I can pick up 1, maybe 2. Anyone need evac? Then there's nothing. There's nothing in response.
No one else says anything. I guess I can hear her because she's on me. But
yeah, you can hear.
Yeah.
And actually, White Nash comes on. He says, "Me, White Nash here. Unfortunate Nash. We could use a pickup. Who is this?" Don't worry, I'll figure out who said that.
All right. Was that White Nash saying that?
That was Monsoon saying that.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't want any further talk. It's like, I got
Wanting
it.
Nash business.
So White Nash and Unfortunate Nash take up the offer.
Cool. And then from the vantage point up in the air, Hope will watch the bright white light in the lava, and then she'll watch what's going on with Grosjean.
Okay, perfect. And that brings us to you, Varel. Varel, just as you're about to take your turn, you continue sliding as this massive water slide of tongue shoots you to the back of the esophagus, and there's a hole beneath you. Do you go into the hole, or do you fight back against this force?
Oh no, hell yeah. This is what we did to the Froghemoth. This is the way it goes. You piss it off. I believe that was via naval combat at that time. This is tow combat.
Yeah.
I have now engaged the mouth, and I'm gonna ride that esophagus down, taking my blade the entire way.
Okay, so you hit the esophagus. You start. The tonsil slaps skin. You fall through the tonsil, not skin, but whatever the inside of your throat's called. And then you fly through. You're like a little fly M&M going down, and then you want to take your blade out and sink it into the side.
Absolutely, I just want to like Prince of Persia those curtains, just.
Yeah. All right.
Through.
Make an acrobatics check to sink your Chrome's Bane into the throat and stop yourself.
Somehow this is better than the toe.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't care about stopping myself. This is maximum damage.
Oh, you just want to inflict damage? You don't
Yeah.
want to make yourself a hole and run for the heart or something important? Because the stomach's not going to be a good scene. Stomachs are full of acid.
Well, previously we swam in the stomach down and got through to the
You
heart
had to
that
float
way.
over. I think, if I remember correctly, there's a bit of a mechanic trying to avoid actually being in the acid because Nash turned into a fish man and swam through the acid.
Yes, he did.
There was a whole
right.
thing with the acid. Acid bad,
Okay.
stomach bad. Yeah.
I have no medicine to speak of. So my idea would be to get in the lungs as a human with some awareness of anatomy, because there's the flap, the thing that goes lung stomach. So I'd want to go that way if I can. But yeah, let's do your idea to stop myself then and make a hole.
All right. Acrobatics check or athletics check, please. Athletics.
Okay. Oh, what these ugly threes. 13.
13 total. Okay, you attempt to sink your blade into it. It's not the easiest skin to penetrate, however. 13's a bit too low. You cut, and blood splashes everywhere throughout the throat as you cut your way down. You hear ooh, like a yell, sort of a cry out in pain as you inflict damage upon the throat. However, you don't cut yourself an opening or a handhold. You're just cutting the whole way down, and you continue to fall. Yeah, we made this a skill check, right? I'm gonna let you use your extra action to make a second attempt.
Okay.
Even though it's
sounds
not
good.
an attack. It's sort of a quasi attack skill check thing. So, you stab in, you cut down, it doesn't work, you stab in again. And in a way it's kind of a grapple too.
28.
Ah, much better. The second blow is better than the first as you sink your sword in properly this time, and the throat, like the flesh of the esophagus, just parts like butter. And as it parts like butter, it lets an avalanche of blood spill out on top of you. And now you're just eating waterfall of blood as you slide down. And then as you come to a slow, blood just... And then you can hear the heart beating. And with every beat of the heart, more blood goes... As it fills up the esophagus. That's your current status. You're getting showered in blood.
Excellent. I will once again do my 10 minutes of breath holding. So I'm good to go. I start climbing in there. I'm going for across the intercom. I have a
Froghemoth. Hell yeah.
That's all you hear over the intercom.
I love that you sound like a little munchkin while you do it instead of just...
I did not intend to be
Radio wave distortion. As
Yeah.
blood squirts through, you pull yourself up, fight through the blood, grabbing handholds, and you're now somewhere inside the flesh. You don't have an exact location in the anatomy, but Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That brings us to Yunyan begins taking advice. The advice, having tried to climb up and been foiled, and seeing Imanil there needing help, she grabs Imanil and they take off and retreat for safety. Nash, you're up.
Okay. So I've done some movement.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we go? How far did we go?
Had a movement.
So I hope didn't move you this time.
Oh, we
You're
didn't move.
you're above Grosjean at this point. You're about 200 feet in the air. Maybe not 200, more like 150 feet in the air.
Okay.
With the generator glowing directly beneath you, and 100 feet beneath you, and Grosjean like bent over, picked something up, ate it, and is now like he's sort of blood gurgling, and he's looking for new targets to kill.
Okay. So we're just over him now. That gives me some ideas. He's not. All right. Well, let me roll for stuff. Hold on. Oh, 5. That means I get it back, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
4 and 5, right?
Acid breath, straight down. Let's do this. Give me a DC 18
Okay.
dexterity save.
I'm working on the roll here now. Dex, huh?
Mm-hmm. Did we determine he was fire resistant or not?
Well, you shoot acid, not fire.
No, I know.
But,
I'm just curious about fire, though. Cause
unfortunately, I rolled a 20, so the damage will be halved.
Boo. All right, well, let me give you some damage. 12d8. Here it comes. Be ready. Here it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 54 points of acid damage divided in 2. That's 20. What is that?
54. It's 27.
7.
No, 26. 27.
You round up or down? I don't know.
No, you don't have rounding.
Oh, that's an
14
even
divided-
number.
Yeah. 54 divided by 2 is 27. So you do 27 points of damage to him. That brings our total to 226 damage inflicted to him. You breathe acid breath down. He doesn't dodge it so much as just take it again in the face as you breathe down fire. You have to lower yourself somewhat to be within range.
Right.
And a jet of flame shoots out and hits him in his face. Well, it's him in the top of the head, but then he just looks at where it's coming from, so you end up hitting him in the face. And then he immediately brings up his gauntlet cannon, and attempts to make a shot at you. However, as he attempts to make the shot, it goes boo, and like liquid bursts from the pipe behind, and it does nothing. And he yells out in frustration,
What is this trickery? That is most dishonorable. Come down here, and I will show you the meaning of power.
No. I'm not coming down there.
Grosjean, I was going to say Grosjean is your turn. Before Grosjean's turn happens, though, you see Monsoon Cabbage in full black Vampire Knight armor shoot across the sky, Superman style, with arms stretched out forward, and he runs in and he picks up the two, White Nash and Unfortunate Nash, and carries them off to safety. It is now Grosjean's turn. And Grosjean at this juncture, with the pack, there's an explosion on his back, and his scales begin to slide from his body as he yells out,
No! I have been undone! I demand you fight me fair, and not in such treacherous ways. I will destroy all of you!
and he begins like kneeling down. Well, he falls to one knee as the building slides off his back, and he drops the chainsword from his arm. He just like smashes it on his knee, and he has a stump. The gauntlet. He just like takes his mouth and he rips it off, and then he takes that hand, he rips off the laser eye, and he's just natural giant lizard folk, man. And he turns around to look for his next victim. Before he does that, Stanley, you are now free falling off of his back as the building gets removed. So if you would like to use a reaction at some point.
Why not? We probably should. We probably shouldn't fall to our death. I will cast Featherfall.
All right, so you now cast Featherfall. Do you still remain on the thing, or are you going to jump off the building?
I'll jump off.
Okay.
Come down maybe around.
Yeah, just place your token where it's gonna land.
Here.
Yeah, place your token where it's gonna land. As he spins around looking for his next target, within his sight, he sees Emmanuel and Union running for safety, and he sees fleeing targets, and his eyes become slits, and he runs after them, and he just takes his fist and does a downward punch into the ground just to splat them into nothing. Attack roll time. That will be a 29. That will be 99 points of damage. As the fist that's a cool roll, it's a Wayne Gretzky roll. As his fist comes down and lands on Emmanuel and Union, and just a squirt of blood shoots out from all sides of his fists as his eyes glow.
Yes, add another to my list of kills.
He lifts up his hand and exposes his fist, and there's just tiefling and elf bones and body parts on it, and he licks the blood from his fingers, and then he laughs again.
Tremble, run, for I shall never die.
All right.
Jeez, what did I do to Bo yesterday to piss him off so much? Good God.
And now it is Stanley's turn.
Did you make him play April? Is that what happened?
No.
He didn't let me play April.
Oh, that is true. He wanted to play April.
I wanted to play April, and he didn't let me.
Sorry, every character I cared about in the game, I guess.
I'm not mad. It has nothing to do with that.
I guess-
Grosjean is fearsome.
Yeah, he is fearsome.
I guess I should have let Bo play April. That was my bad. I don't have much of anything to do.
Still have a charge of Dimension Door. You could Dimension Door into his mouth and join.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's go for the trifecta. I can have an inside his body adventure on top of all this. We can just really make it a great day. Let's see. I can cast this at a higher level, right? I think I can.
2 words: Gorp's testicles. Remember that.
All right. I guess we gotta do damage at some point. So Stanley's gonna just cast Disintegrate on Grosjean.
Okay. Disintegrate is a saving throw, right?
Yes.
And if the damage from it kills it, it disintegrates it, right?
Yeah.
So saving throw is DC is what?
20.
What?
20 dex.
Yes, okay. 19. So you're good. You get full damage. I think it's 40 plus 2d10 or something like that.
So this is at the 7th level. It's a total of 85 points of damage.
Damn.
All right, so you laser him. You want to describe just how cool it looks, because it's a pretty big spell.
So Stanley hits the ground, sees the punch, and just in a fit of rage turns around and points his finger at him, and just a narrow, bright silver beam of light fires from it and just shoots into the body of Grosjean and just starts eroding and melting where it hits.
Perfect. So, and I like to picture when you do this, your cape and hair billowing around in wind too, just like rage wind, if that's okay.
Yeah.
As you
Put rage winded.
as you point your finger out and laser him, and flesh cooks. This is unlike Eldritch Blast. The scales just immediately disintegrate into nothing as it cuts into his flesh. Where exactly did you aim the laser?
Let's
What
see.
body part? Are you hitting a toe?
He just mashed to the side, so I guess it would be kind of in that like side section of his body, because I imagine he's got his side turned to me, so kind of between his thigh and his arm, like right in here, right in the tender bits there.
Okay, so you cook into there. So you begin cooking flesh and you carve out. Sorry, it was 84 points of damage.
85.
All right, we're now at a total of 301 points of damage inflicted upon Grosjean as you cook into his side and begin disintegrating and eating the whole side of his chest until it's like there's like a big Pac-Man bite out of the side. And as you're crawling through, Varel, sunlight begins piercing through behind you into the blood, and you sort of see that half of the body's been carved out towards the back, and you look down below and you see the stomach acids gurgling, and you look above and you see like bones, like big pieces of bone and cartilage, and there's like a spinal cord left still holding it all together, and it just creaks like a giant building. Anything else you want to do, Stanley?
No, that's probably good. I think that's probably enough.
All right.
Right now.
Hope, you're up.
Okay. Hope is going to. We're decently close now because Nash had to use acid breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty close enough. So that's what, 30 or how many feet is it?
I think you just tipped it probably. I'm assuming with your
acid breath.
Fire.
Acid breath is
60 foot. So
60 foot.
Yeah,
line,
I mean he could have
so.
hit from 100. He'd have to be at like 140, 130 to get some hit in.
Yeah.
I've got angel light again.
Hey, you do.
I'm ascending.
Jesus.
All right. So Hope will use thaumaturgy to make her voice boom 3 times louder, and she'll start slowly flying Nash around so that Grosjean facing them is facing them where that big thing is that they dropped in the lava, and she'll go, "Grosjean, you want to come kill a god? Come this way." And then she'll start flying Nash toward where the reactor is to try and get Grosjean to go that way.
I need a deception roll, please.
A 10.
Not very deceiving.
Well, however, let's not get...
He's dumb, though, so this might work out.
All right, let me have a look at his stats here. We got resolve this. Yes. All right. So you get a response from Grosjean. The response is as follows.
What? You are a god? You are the smallest god I've seen. But I've slain small gods and large gods, and you shall meet their fate.
For fate.
And thus he begins stomping through the lava towards you, chasing the dragon, and he's completely convinced that you are a god that he must slay. And he begins back half missing, his spinal cord chinking around in the back. With great lizard folk agility, he begins stomping towards where you're luring him in the lava, which he actually, I know on the map he doesn't have to go very far, but I'm just trying to make it dramatic. So he's over here. He crushes under his foot the goblins and tieflings that were standing in fear over there. And he runs towards your location, so he's going to be directly under you.
Cool. And then Hope will whisper to Nash, "All right, we're going to try and get him to step on that thing. You don't have to get close enough for him to touch you.
Okay.
This is just to keep him away from everyone."
Okay.
All right. So, Varel, you're up now. Unless you have anything else you want to do, Hope.
That's it.
All right, Varel, you're up. There's a lot of movement happening, a lot of blood. With every heartbeat, more blood gets gushed your way, but you are standing in the flesh area in front of his esophagus, so somewhere in the rib cagey area, and you can already see part of the top part of his aorta, and you can see like large, thick muscle go boom, 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 boom in front of you, and you hear it echoing everywhere. And you can see better because there's sunlight, thanks to Stanley.
Sweet. Let's mess it up then.
All right.
Heart attack. Well, shit. Double ones on a reckless attack.
No.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Yeah. Big
All right.
natty one time.
There will be a positive side and a negative side to this double ones, but double ones deserves an appropriate response. As you slice in to the aorta, you find that the flesh parts quickly. It's tough, but you're strong. But it immediately reveals cabling, wiring and cabling running through the aortic muscle. Not what you were expecting, and you hit it in such a deliberate way that current runs through your body at a massive scale and electrocutes you. You take 92 points of lightning damage as you're like, and there's water everywhere, like blood water everywhere, conducting it. So you literally turn into X-Ray Varel. Stanley, you can sort of see this, like, just all of a sudden the lizard folk form turns into like a skeleton, like and you are smoking it on fire. The blood gushing. As soon as the blood hits you, it boils. You have boiling blood all over you, and lightning shoots out from your skin everywhere. And
Well, hey.
you're now charred. All your skills are blackened.
Dexterity saving negates as I counter burn my attacking target.
There's no save for this. It's a critical fail special.
Oh no, I mean I'm using my reaction for Raging Storm to a creature hits you with an attack, deal fire damage to it.
Oh, so you're firing back during the. You muster enough concentration to let fire shoot. Okay, how much damage is it?
DC 17 negates on Dex, 7 fire damage.
Okay, I rolled a 17, so
Okay,
it's negated.
cool.
Oh man.
But the good news is you found some cabling, and you remember the Eye of Grosjean. Also, while you're getting electrocuted, actually enjoys the electrocution. There's a part of you that likes it, and it's fueling you further.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That brings us to Union. Oh, sorry. Rip. Nash, your turn.
Okay. It's all scaring me. Okay, so we're still up on high. Let me do a quick.
Yeah. Grosjean's chased you down. He's about to step upon the generator. It's his turn after yours. You have one other move to make. If you want to get out of the way.
How far? What's my radius currently?
You're directly above it, about 130 feet. You have no idea if this will make a small explosion, a big explosion, but you are you might not be vertically safe, or you're definitely not horizontally safe where you are.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast shield on myself and stay at this height.
Okay, the explosion would not be an attack roll, so the shield would not protect you from any sort of explosion.
Only? Okay, magic.
Shield gives you extra AC, right? But
yeah,
generally explosion fireball effects are not attack rolls, so it would not benefit you. So I'm going to give you that little bit of counseling.
No, that's good. That's good to know. Am I within range of Varel? Hold on, let me look.
I mean, define range. Like literally, you're about 60, but he's exposed in the back, and you're facing Grosjean from the front or above. You could probably fly around and find him, though, for sure.
Well,
so
the reason I ask,
but you're about 50 feet above the top of Grosjean's head, so you'd have to fly in to get probably within range on a lot of things, especially if you need line of sight.
All right, let's gonna give him haste or
Well,
something.
ask. What do you want to try and do?
Well, I just want to haste him, give him something, because he's Electro Toad right now, and I feel bad.
Yeah,
But do you know this?
I guess I don't.
Yeah, you can't really see what's going on. You don't see what's going on back there.
All right. I'm just trying to think if there's anything I could drop and then leave. You know, like just shit on him and then
Shit on
fly.
him.
Like,
Maybe if you do a skill shot and shit in his eye, he only has one eye, so he wouldn't be able to see. I mean, that's a skill thing you could try and do.
I didn't have
Acrobatics check to see if you can hit.
how about not? Oh, you don't have great. Oh no, I do. As a dragon, I might. Do I have acrobatics as dragon? I don't. I have to just do it on my main sheet, and that's
No, you have acrobatics. You have okay.
Yeah, but what is it?
So you're not proficient in targeted shitting, so I'm not going to give you proficiency. But you would get your +2 to the acrobatics.
Sure? By this point,
+2. I don't like +2. All right.
But it's not. I wouldn't give you a hard hit. He has a big eye, and you can fly in real close. Like it would be the higher up you fly, the harder it is. But if you fly to like 5 feet, if you fly so close that you just drop it in, it wouldn't even be a skill check. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but if I fly that close and that's my movement, I'm there for the explosion, and that could be problem.
So your movement's 80. Flying, if you're at 130, let's say, you'd use 50 of that 80 to fly close enough to the eye, and then you have another 30 to get out.
Yeah. All right.
Remember, flying outside of his vicinity is going to trigger an opportunity attack as well. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, good point. All right, so let's fly. Let's do that, actually. I'd like to take a big old shit in his eye. I'm going to do it with...
I know you want to.
I really do.
Since someone uttered it, I don't know
When
who.
he dies, he's gonna die with pink eye.
He'll die with
That's
pink
for
eye.
sure.
That's absolutely
All
right.
right, so you fly down and you get your you pucker your dragon butthole, fly in. I mean, do you want to describe it? I'm describing it for you. But
I'm
it's your cool
casting
move.
Chromatic Orb.
Wait, yeah.
Because I'm not actually shitting. Should I make that clear? Like, I'm not taking a real dump.
Yeah, you need to make that clear because that's an attack roll.
I thought you were.
I did a lot of work discussing how we can.
So
make
you're
this shit
not
happen.
giving me a free action. You're just saying. I mean, you are, but it's a shit action, is what you're saying.
Yes, it's a skill check.
All right, let's
But
do it. Let's swoop in,
I'll
take a
just
poop.
it's still an action, but I'll give you an auto pass if you fly into his eye. If you want to fly higher and try and aim it, you got to have skill.
No. I'll swoop in. I'm good. Let's
All right, you swoop in, you pucker up your butt, and what does a dragon shit look like?
It looks like a great big pine cone looking thing.
So it's spiky and hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it might
Yeah,
be.
spiky
I never
and
really
hard.
thought about it.
Yeah, and if you go against the grain, it hurts even worse. So you want to be careful where that
All right,
goes.
you launch your shit from your dragon anus, and it hits the eye.
Hope is
Success.
stone faced through that this entire.
Okay.
I thought riding a dragon would be cool. Turns out, nope. It's not.
And you fly away the 30 feet now to get out of there?
Yeah, I would now. I would fly the 30 feet to get out of the, hopefully out of the range, which is going
Right, so Grosjean is now blinded, so I'll make sure. Blinded means he can't see and automatically fails any ability checks require sight.
Sweet.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So as you fly out of range, he's going to try to punch you, and he has disadvantage on the roll, which is good for you. Mm-hmm. Yep, 4 plus 16 is 20.
Well, that hits.
It's still a hit anyways. Okay, well,
Yeah.
disadvantage didn't help too much.
Pretty good for a blind guy. Not bad.
Yeah, so he swings out wildly. Remember, he's a god killer. You're fighting one of the greatest warriors the universe has ever known. And, one thing we omitted as a part of this shitting thing is...
What manner of combat is this? Oh, disgusting! Even for I would not stoop so low. Come here!
Okay.
And he swings out, and he punches air, and unfortunately he does hit you because he's got good instincts about these things, and makes the hit. You take 43 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my
As,
gosh.
as big lizard fist just hits the whole of your body.
Gives a little punch to your butt as you're flying up.
Yeah, and Hope, you're going to need to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw to remain mounted.
$23.
All right, you able to? Is it Dex or Strength?
Strength.
All right, so you just grab on as you see the fist coming. You grab on, and like he's wobbling all over the place like a bird. You know, it's like a really, drunken bird as he sort of flies off but gets punched. All right, you've successfully blinded him by putting dragon shit in his eye, Nash.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, I think that's probably your turn, right?
Yeah, I don't. Unless you're gonna let me do something else, I think I've done all I can do.
All right, it is now Grosjean's turn, and Grosjean finishes his movement. His foot lands on the generator, pushing it all the way into the lava, and this large, like inside the red hot lava, a yellow-white circle begins growing and expanding, and it turns into a bubble, and it bubbles up to his chest. You don't hear anything. A column of fire extends up into the sky and creates a mushroom cloud. It covers. Let me get some marker here for this. I'm going to move that into the token layer, so I can play with it. It covers. Hang on. Yeah, I think it's going to hit everybody. I think. Yeah, it just blows up the entire area. All right, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw to potentially reduce damage, but there's no dodging this damage whatsoever.
Constitution.
Natural
Five.
20 for 29.
A
Varel as well?
14.
Varel as well, yes. Sorry, can you say that again, please?
14 for me.
14. Okay.
11 for Nash. That is some bullshit right there.
11 for Varel.
That is some equal bullshit.
Dragon shit.
All right, Varel. Actually, sorry, you are shielded from this damage being inside of him.
Sweet.
All right, let me make a few more rolls here. So 14 for Stanley. Sorry, 20 for Hope.
29 total.
And 11 for Nash. 29 total for Hope.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll some damage here.
It's a poor showing by a dragon.
All right. So you are all going to take 97 fire damage. Hope you're going to split that damage in half for 40, 97, 45. And we're going to round down, so plus 3. 48 points of fire damage for you. Stanley, Nash, you take... Shit, what was it? 97?
97.
97 fire damage. I'm just going to see who else is affected in
Would
this
that
vicinity.
be further halved with a fire resistance?
Yep, it is fire damage. If you have resistance to fire, then you are, you get to split that in half. You get further damage in half.
Wayne, have you been keeping track of my totals?
Have I been keeping track?
I mean,
you
I've
haven't
been-
really sustained any damage. That's your first 97. So you go.
Well,
from
no, I've had
190
other damage in Dragon Farm. Let me add all these up. I'll just make sure I'm not dead or out of Dragon.
Did you get other damage?
Oh yeah, 38, 21, 43, and
21.
97.
Oh yeah, you were punched for sure. You just got punched. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
A lot going on in my brain.
I'm gonna add it up. Let's see, 38 plus 21 plus 43 plus 97. I've taken 199 damage. What is my total?
Oh, you're now back in Nash form.
Oh shit, I'm in Nash form now after that blow.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm floating still, which means I might be slow with her on me, but she's okay. No one dropped.
Well, Hope is now riding a man.
Little piggyback.
Yeah, you're riding a man.
Yeah, piggyback. That's what I mean. I was just you're now Nash.
It's a
And-
tiefling backpack at this point.
Yeah, exactly. On top of you. All right, hang on. Let's see. Okay, so anyone down?
Yeah, I am.
All right, you're down as the mushroom cloud explodes. So we also have to do the 97 damage for Grosjean. The mushroom cloud explodes, and if you were watching from a distance as the column of fire goes. You just see the form of Grosjean stand erect.
Gross.
And choir music goes. It seems unaffected, and he's like, but half of his body's missing, so spinal cord's going, and he yells out,
Grosjean cannot be killed! Foes will never learn, and I will always meet any challenge. Fear me, Earthlings!
but he has not. Oops, sorry, can you hear me? But he has not accounted for one thing. Varel, it is your turn. Finally, the electricity subsides. And you find yourself staring at a pumping aortic heart with large metal cabling. And your stomach, not stomach, your chest, the eye in your chest glows. And a voice for the first time enters your mind. And it says, strike, strike, strike again, strike. It's just telling you to strike.
All right.
Blood also washes over you and boils under your skin. Continues to do that.
All right, here, bathed in the viscera, smoking from my previous electrocution, I will say, Varel, savior of the universe. I will stab once again into the cords with all my might.
All right, make all of your attack rolls for your attack.
Is this your new thing when you rattle off your titles? This will be one. Savior of the universe.
Ooh, natural 20.
It's off to a good start.
It's better than 2 zeros or 2 1s.
That's true.
Snake eyes.
And a 30 for the second attack.
Okay. Roll your damage dice, please.
All right. Allow me to do the thing with the crit, because I crit so rarely. I have a thing for this. Brutal critical. Okay. 2 additional dice instead of 1. 5, 13. 13, 23. 27. 32.
32.
46. 46 points of slash.
Bingo!
Ding!
All right, sorry, 46?
46 points of slashing damage, magical.
46 points of magical slashing damage. You bring your blade down upon this metal cabling, slicing it in twain. Bing! As it snaps into 2 pieces, and then boom, boom. The blood waterfall stops suddenly as the heart slows. It goes boom. And there's a moment of silence, and you hear echoing through the body the voice of Grosjean again.
What? No! Not like this! Curse you, gods! You have not seen the last of
And then all of a sudden, the whole world becomes topsy-turvy and an avalanche of blood just goes... I need a dexterity or strength saving throw from you, please.
Everyone?
Nope, just Varel.
Okay. Phew.
26 on the strength.
Not enough for the strength as the blood crushes you. And you fire out into the air like a rocket shooting out of his insides. You flip up, and as the mushroom cloud dissipates, the body of Vorel shoots up into the air while the body of Grosjean kneels and falls to the ground in a giant explosion of flesh. You flip into the air and then begin free falling right into the pile of Grosjean flesh.
They didn't kill you, did it?
I'm waiting to find out.
I'm scared.
I think we leave it there for this week at 7 o'clock.
Ooh.
That's funny. I think you're alive.
Right? I don't think I have enough time to do the next thing.
Yeah, I think he's alive. I really believe it. I do believe it.
Well, we also have White Nash still alive, as far as we know. So we've got some heals.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. White Nash to the rescue.
Oh, good. That guy.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were in the explosion, so you're not dead, but you were also falling. You're not a dragon anymore, so you might be dead next week. I don't know why you guys are so confident. Hope might be dead. Nash
We all might be
Nash
dead.
is exploding under
Stanley's
right
down.
there.
I got actually death saving throws to make, so we'll
That's
see how
true.
the
I
dice
forgot
go.
Stanley's down. I mean, look,
Yep.
if I die, if you all die, yes. If I die, I'm a floating heart for a while, and I grow stuff back. It's fine. I got it all worked out.
But whether or not you die, I think, Kyle, you can. I think everyone here can go ahead and actually do the level up business. So,
Oh, well,
get
raise your
your
hand.
resources in place.
Nice.
But don't take that as a sign you'll be alive necessarily next week. That still has to be resolved.
Here's an enticement of things you'll never get to use. Your tools that you'll never get to see.
Just if you die, it'll hurt a little more, and that'll make at least our listeners and myself feel a little better about everything.
Which is really what it's all about at the end
Your
of the
pain is our pleasure. Schadenfreude, I think they call it.
Sean and Freud.
Schadenfreude.
Well done, everybody. That was great. I totally enjoyed today's session, and I look forward to next week's, where we will continue down the path that is the solar mines and the epic obstacles in our way, hopefully with none of us being dead. I think that'll do it for us. Quick reminder, there's a brand new, speaking of Nashes, there's a brand new Nash tea, Nash-themed tea over at phoenixpearltea.com/TWBD. Go check it out, and check out everything else we have over there that's themed around our campaign. We'd love it if you do. If you don't see it right away, it might not quite be up, but I think she said it was going to be. But either way, coming soon or there already. That's phoenixpearltea.com/TWBD, and you can support this show directly by clicking on our webpage and following the links there. It's super easy. There will be dungeons.com. If you want to throw us a couple of bucks, that'd be amazing while we continue to run our campaign. That's going to do it for us, for Kyle, for Kristen, for me, for John, for Bo. We'll see you next time. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com. Nicely done.
Gunshot is always.
Yep.
We end with a gunshot.
Yeah. And
Way to D&D, everybody.
Yep.
Shoot the gun.
Well, Hope, she has guns. It sort of works.
It also sounds like the kind of thing you'd have on like a conservative radio show that was like, yeehaw, we're broadcasting from the bunker.
Yep.
You know?
Fair point.
Let's do this.
That's great. I really enjoyed today.
Yeah, congratulations
Yeah, fun
on the slaying of Grosjean.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG, everybody.
No
There'll be
kidding.
more to find out, but we ran out of time and didn't want to rush it.
It's all good. So well, never mind. I don't want to ask until we get there next week.
You can ask.
No, how come? Okay, I thought the eye was dormant. Is the eye of Grosjean dormant, or is it still active in
No,
Veros?
he's been using the eye. It's an artifact, but it has the soul of Grosjean in it. But yes, it is strange that the soul of Grosjean is in the eye, but then apparently is something you fought. An
Yeah.
unanswered question.
Yeah, see, that's interesting to me.
But I
Well,
think
We are
you'll
dealing
find
with a
something else.
lich, so
That's true. And we'll get to the bottom of that, I'm sure.
Also, it's been like 1,000 years. Lizard folk don't like an elf. You're kind of like, okay, they live hundreds of years. I get it.
Yeah.
The undead, vampires, makes sense. Why does lizard folk live this long?
I feel like Bo's
Doesn't
video
make sense.
Bo's video looks like Jesus is coming. I love this. Looks amazing.
I know. It's summer. Days
Yeah.
are longer.
Yeah.
And
Jesus
my
is here.
curtain only goes up halfway, so it doesn't actually block. Oh, I'm going to show it to you, but
Oh wow, look at that.
my curtain does half the window, and then I got another light curtain on the other half. So
Oh, the Wraith 86 says more like grow killed. Get it?
yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that. All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you all for watching. I will raid Brian Dunaway. Is he on? He is. Why not? I'll send him over. Let's send you guys on a raid for once. Usually nobody's on right
but
now.
I forgot to do a achievement unlocked for dragon shitting in someone's eye.
I'm amazed it took this campaign this long.
I didn't even think of it. And then I was like, why hasn't he done this yet? That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an option to shit in an eye.
I didn't know that. Everything in D&D is an option. Let me just put that out there. Unless the party agrees it's a step too far.